Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Ryan the Professional here. We are live. RGT episode 38. What is going on, people? How's everybody doing out there this lovely evening? How is everybody doing? Everybody good? Everybody had a good day? Let me know in the comments. As everybody who's joining, hit that like button on your way in and sit back and relax. Let's go ahead and go over these topics, man, and this gaming news out here. I'm here with a great panel as always. The rest will be joining us momentarily. I already sent the invites out, so we're most certainly going to get to it. I'm gonna go ahead and start with ladies first with the panel. Go right ahead, Foxy. I mean, I said Foxy.
What? Wait, whoa.
I said Foxy. Go ahead, Nancy.
Somebody's asking for an ass whooping before we even start. Oh, here we go. You know what this is. It's the girl TTFP. Okay. And you know where to find me. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. All right. Hit that like button like they said on the way in. And if you forget, don't forget to do it on the way out. All right. Just sit back and enjoy the show and let's get the party started.
All right. Go ahead, Carlos.
Hey, all right, hey, what's up, man? How you doing, everybody? Welcome once again to the RGT podcast, episode 3 Ocho. And yeah, man, we're gonna enjoy ourselves. We're gonna have some fun, and let's talk about these games, man. And
Absolutely.
and some lames as well, as
per
se.
Whereas Foxy Games UK is taking a personal days with his daughter, so he'll probably be joining this next show for sure. But shout out to Foxy Games UK. I already hit up our special guests for the show, so we're just waiting for them to jump in here. Med's gonna be joining us a little late because apparently he can't get his phone to work, so he'll be joining us a little late too. But without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get into these topics. What's up, Chris? Go ahead and say what's up to the chat. Everybody, that like button. What's going on? Everybody doing? How y'all doing? What's up, Scottish?
What's up, Almighty?
What's up?
What's up, Jemiah?
Jemiah Dixon,
always in here. Yo, Jet Spark, man. What's up, man?
Everybody, Warfare, what's up?
Everybody in the chat, man. What's good?
Yep, absolutely. Who's one of our guests? One of our guests is actually one of you who was an avid listener, Overdone. He'll be joining us. That's if he can get it to work. In the invite. Probably should have done a test stream. I don't know why I didn't think about that, but hopefully he can make it. Same thing goes for Vieira as well. But she should get her.
Yeah, we'll just wait for them. We'll wait for them.
We're gonna wait. But we're gonna definitely jump into these topics. Let's go with a good one here. It's a good time. The Game Awards. Ladies and gentlemen, the Game Awards, literally around the corner. And Geoff Keighley has stated that there's going to be 10 announcements at the Game Awards. What you guys think is going to be shown? These 10 announcements.
No idea.
Speaking of special guests, there's one right there.
There goes Vieira. From my understanding, I heard that Koei Tecmo is actually going to announce for the Nintendo Switch and the PS4 and PC. From my understanding.
Okay.
So
what you think?
It might.
Oh God, my bad. My bad. You get. I even get you off.
Nah. Go ahead, bro. Let's go ahead.
Okay. All right. Nancy, what you think is going to be at the Game Awards?
I honestly don't know. I really haven't been following it personally. I've been doing a lot. I'm not sure what's going to be at the Game Awards.
Not sure.
I just hope that it's something good and it's worth watching. Put it that way.
Okay.
Okay. I want a good surprise. That's basically it.
Fair enough.
I want something good. I don't want to speculate too much. And then then you get depressed when it don't happen. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yep.
I don't know about that. I know that Tecmo is supposed to be next week. Doing announcement of a new game. I'm actually hoping, but I don't want to get my hopes up too high. I'm hoping it's a Ninja Gaiden 4, to be honest with you.
Oh, Nancy,
that's what I'm hoping for.
Why are you trying to tickle my curiosity, man? I've been waiting for Ninja Gaiden since
I know.
Yeah, give me 1 second. You guys talk.
Tecmo said that they were gonna be announcing something new. I don't know if it's a brand new game, like something different. I'm actually hoping though it's a Ninja Gaiden. I really am.
It would be funny if we get a 2-for-1 deal, and they show us both the Ninja Gaiden game and that new announced game that they're supposedly in the works for. That would be
nice. Yeah, get a double. That's fine too. But just give me that Ninja Gaiden. Just give me that Ninja Gaiden. I've been dying for another Ninja Gaiden for so long now.
Oh man, me and you both, man. I played the last one, but I played it on the PS3, and I actually liked the storyline. It was a little bit out there in terms of the whole world end kind of scenario. And then the way you had to kill the actual deity, the goddess, like it was just crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. But like you said, you're a person that's like me. You like those type games, and that would be something that would, that'd be a first day buy for me. Honestly, if they put that game out,
oh yes,
that first day, I'm getting that game, and you will see me playing it.
Nah, and I actually liked the combat system and the way they iterated most of the old first Ninja Gaiden set moves that you could use, but mixed it up a little bit with some newer combos. That really it was just like, wow, these combos is just so fluid. So
exactly. If they mix it up again and add some more combos and more moves to it on top of it, let me tell you something. That'd be a blessing.
Oh yes, with some upgraded graphics, even more better.
Oh, without a doubt. Even though I like the graphics, I didn't think the graphics were too bad. But if they make them better, more good for me. Better control. The controls stay good. More combos. Like you said, better graphics and a good storyline would be wonderful. That would be like heaven. That'd be like heaven.
Absolutely. Hey, what's going on, everybody? All right, we back here. First timer here on the show. What's up, Overdone?
Hi, what's up?
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Is my microphone working?
You sound good. How you doing?
Okay. You guys was talking about that Koei Tecmo game?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if I was to guess, I believe it's a Tukiden game. If you guys ever heard about that game, it's like that Monster Hunter ripoff.
It was good actually. If you really played the original one back in the actual PS2 Xbox era, it was actually a good game. It wasn't half bad. It was a little bit of a knockoff from Monster Hunter, but it wasn't bad. It had good mechanics. It wasn't really that much of a bad on-looking game. You could actually enjoy it. Yeah. It's a lot of things. But those are like the expectations that we're expecting from them, since we already know that Neo 2 is in the works. But they also gave a hint that they're actually working on a new IP. So it's a lot of things that can be said about that announcement. And if they give us the icing on the cake with let's say all 3 games, perhaps, hey, man, that would be momentous.
Okay. We got Titanfall version 2 in here, aka Vieratron. What's up? She ain't saying nothing, but what's up?
What? Seriously?
I'm like, what's going on here? She ain't saying a word.
I just keep quiet because I let you guys talk, so that's why.
What's up? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great. But thank you for having me on here.
Of course. So let's go ahead and get into these topics. That Med's in the background, actually?
That's me. What's up?
Yeah, something in the background.
What is that?
You guys hear me or not?
Hey, let's go ahead and shout yourself out there, Meds.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Couldn't wait for RGT today. How's everybody doing?
Good.
We good, my brother. We good.
How do I sound? Do I sound terrible or what?
You sound what? Oh, you sound good.
All right, awesome.
All right, let's get into this, man. Let's get into this show. Everybody's pretty much here. Everybody's joining us. Hit that like button. Let's start. The Game Awards is supposedly going to have 10 gaming announcements courtesy of Geoff Keighley. Expect 10 game announcements plus some updates on games that we already know that are already pretty much in the works or possibly coming out. What you guys think about that? Who wants to start first?
Oh, go ahead.
I wanted to. So he's saying 10 new games that we've never.
Yes,
heard.
10 new game announcements. Yeah.
Oh, that's
10
great.
new
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great news. I mean, that's why people tune into this because I don't think people really care about the awards themselves. But you know, we're there for the trailers, the news, and whatnot. You know, I'm with it.
Okay, for sure. Anybody else? Vera?
Well, apparently Obsidian Entertainment is supposed to announce a new RPG at this Game Award.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. For sure.
If someone cares, I don't know. Like it's
Probably. I don't know. I think a lot of people are speculating it's gonna be on the Xbox, but it's like there's talks that it might be on the PS4 and also PC and stuff like
it
that.
says that this project was in development before Obsidian was bought by Microsoft.
So yeah.
It's most likely a multi-platform.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. So, I'm not really tripping about it. I say, go for it. They need recognition right now. Besides Microsoft, I've been hearing Death Stranding is going to be there again. They're going to be. They're going to announce the actual release date. That's what they're talking about. But I'm just like, I'd rather just be surprised, not really just like, just surprise me. Just make me say wow, and I'll probably get it. The words probably.
Okay, for sure. Going into it as well. Now that was one of the topics. I think it was last show, right? It was last show where it was rumored that we're going to get the release date for Ghost of Tsushima and Death Stranding. So do y'all still think that's possible? Now they're talking about new announcements and updates.
I actually hope Ghost of Tsushima. I hope Ghost of Tsushima would be one of the announcements with an accurate date. That I would love to see.
Okay, for sure.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, getting our food. Anybody else want to add on to it?
I just hope that Ghost of Tsushima comes out next year.
Okay, all right, for sure.
Because that's the only Sony exclusive that they've got coming up that actually interests me. So.
Okay.
Whoa, not even Last of Us.
You big on the?
Nah, I don't really care about those games.
No, okay. You big? Everybody's big on the Avengers, right? They like the Avengers movies, so whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, the directors of Avengers 4 are going to be there, and they're going to be presenting. Now, do you guys think we'll get the premiere for the movie there, for like the trailer for the movie, or do y'all think we'll get like a little? They'll probably do the premiere for the actual game that supposedly was being worked on by a few devs. I forgot the devs that were working on, but it was an Avengers game in the works.
It was Crystal Dynamics.
Yeah, Crystal Dynamics, and it was a few others teaming up for it.
I feel like having a movie premiere and a freaking gaming award show kind of ruins the whole experience because you're there for the games. You're not expecting actual movies. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's overexposing way too much. That's just going like it's sort of like it reminds me so much like G4 used to be all about gaming. Then they added other stuff to it that was non-game related, and they took all the good shows off just to put non-related games on the gaming channel. That's how it kind of feels.
Okay. Anybody else? No? Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Well, I guess I'll just go straight to the gaming ones. Damn. Microsoft has stated that they will be offering unlimited budget for all their first-party studios, their new acquired studios. Now they've literally went up to pretty much 13 studios, something like that. They bought 7. Are y'all excited for that?
It's kind of like a mixed bag. I'm not really overly excited because they did this back in 2013. They announced that they would be investing $1 billion to research and development for their games, and look how that turned out. So, I mean, what can you say? I mean, it's something that they always promise something, and then they end up turning it to less than something, especially with this gen. So hopefully for next gen, they'll do a little bit more better or acquire more better IPs in terms of creativity and art direction, and just give something for the audience to actually flock back to the system. But there's another thing behind that as well. With the acquisition of the seven studios or set studios, there's also this new iteration by Mr. Matt Booty, who plain and simple stated it, that quality is not going to be their main concern. It's going to be more of the quantity of games that they're going to throw out in order to advertise Game Pass as the go-to access for most Xbox users and newer users as well.
Okay. Lucas said they didn't say that. What? They didn't say unlimited budget. I could have sworn they said they were removing budget restrictions.
That was a rumor.
Is it a rumor?
That's not really confirmed by them. Yeah. Wow. Oh, it's confirmed?
No, they said it in an interview. I forget who it was. It was one of the guys from Microsoft. He said something like that, but it's taken out of context a little bit.
Yeah.
He didn't say exactly that.
I don't believe in it, but
I'm kind of a little doubtful because it's like people said, they said something similar back in 2013. So it's kind of like, I feel like there's going to be, you're not just going to get money for free for your company. You definitely going to put some restrictions to those games. So there's going to be what they're going to expect something. We're going to give you that budget, but you better be something that we're respecting. So I can't really.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I see it. So.
Yeah, look, you want to link? You can clarify because that's what's going around. Supposedly got an unlimited budget, so to speak.
I think I found the source with the video.
Did you?
So, if you want me to show it,
yeah, you can put it on your screen. I'll just share the screen.
I don't know. Is it gonna? I don't know if it's gonna work, but let's see.
Yeah, where's it up? Hold on.
I could just give you the link.
Yeah, just give me the link. Just put it in the actual chat. I'll make it big.
I'll just give it there.
That would be great.
Perfect.
Because I feel like it just kind of feels so out of like.
It's the one with Boogie. That's what you sent me?
Yeah, that's apparently where it was said.
Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah. Well, we'll just throw it in the air. Then how about that? We'll just throw it in the air and shit. I guess it's in the air. Microsoft, let's just say Microsoft is giving their developers room to work with. There you go.
I mean, they can throw all the money, but if they don't have talented developers, then
I just throw that out there about that.
Then what's gonna happen?
I'm back. So, I'm back.
Awesome.
What's up, Chaz? What's going on?
You know what? This is great news.
Yeah, it's good news. Yeah,
I really want quality games coming out of Microsoft.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, you can't just throw money at a problem and fix it. They claimed that they spent $100 million in research and development on the Xbox One controller, and somehow made it worse than the 360 controller. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. There's always going to be a limit on that budget, and anybody's going to do that. And I'm hoping that. And you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I hope the quality is good.
Absolutely.
So let's just hope.
Are we talking about Microsoft supposedly having extra money?
Yeah, we're talking about this budget, but apparently that might not be true, and it's might just be taken out of content. So I guess the best way to look at it is just Microsoft just giving their developers room to work basically. So I mean it's good news regardless. They're acknowledging that they are supporting their first party, so that's good. But what you guys say?
But supposedly,
I hope it's okay. I hope that they actually do support the first party studios, and also they need to put more stuff into more money into advertising and marketing these products, these games. They really do. I hope they do let Microsoft actually lets the developers actually do their job to create quality games with that money. Now, if they have it, I'm not sure if they do, but for me, I have to see it to believe it, what they're going to do with it, if they do have it. Honestly. I mean, that's basically it. I mean, it's speculation right now. So if it is, that's what I want from them. Games, quality game, quality first party games, and
For sure.
exclusives. Give people a reason to keep owning the box and buying one, a new one. And advertise. I mean, you got to put your name out there. You just because you're under the Microsoft umbrella, you're a gaming division. You gotta advertise those games. Focus on those games to sell. That's what they need to do. Their advertising is lacking real bad.
Or you just go tell them to buy a PC.
Nah, apparently that's too much. That's too much, fam.
No.
Apparently that's too much for people to just buy a PC. But again,
I mean,
I just want
that's
competition. To be honest with you,
I mean, that's
That's what
practically the whole. That's practically the whole emphasis of this new Microsoft. The Xbox endeavor. They want to provide a more open source, open platform game services to everyone.
right? You bite it up, Carlos. I get what you're saying. Let me cut down here. Let's get into another one here. All right. Bethesda. Oh, God.
Ugh.
Bethesda. Now, there's so much going on with Bethesda. It's unreal. Now, Bethesda, I guess I'll start with this because this is pretty telling. Now, you guys remember the Power Armor edition for Fallout 76?
Yeah.
The Power Armor version of Fallout 76 was $200, and supposedly it was going to come with a what kind of bag was it? It was
supposed to be canvas.
It was a canvas bag. It was going to come with a canvas bag. It came with a glow-in-the-dark board or map, whatever, and it came with the steelbook cover and the figurines and a helmet. Now, people who bought this edition, turns out they didn't get the they didn't get that quality of a bag. Instead, they got basically a trash bag that goes over the helmet. And in terms of compensation, Bethesda was so ignorant. They told us, well, we can compensate you $5 for your $200 purchase.
Oh, hell no.
I don't know what they were thinking. I don't know whose idea of this was, but they're basically really trying to sabotage this game. They had that intention. They had that intention. They did everything wrong in terms of service. Toa.
P. Hines. Never everybody was questioning him. He just kept dodging every question. And every time they questioned him, he's like, I don't know. He's like, and I'm thinking like, dude,
yeah,
is the game going to be good? Everybody was questioning him like, what's this game about? And he's just, that was telling. And not only that, they tried to bash Sony for every little thing, but I'm starting to think Sony knew they were doing the whole time. They were just like, knows how Sony's saying anything.
Yeah, it's crazy. And even with them doing that, they still launched this game in this broken state. This game is ridiculous. It's not even complete at all. The lighting is off. The textures are off. It's ridiculous. You got dudes dropping 2s and 3s for the game. The game has gotten such bad reception that they even dropped the price of it by like 60%. It's like in the $30 range right now. It was a $60 game.
Well, I knew the game was shit to begin with, but I can't believe they dropped it that fast. I mean, well, yeah, if it's not selling, I guess they're going to have to get a little money out of it. If with all the mess ups they had. And they're going to offer somebody $5 for that. With $20. Get the hell out of here, $5.
That is a slap in the face.
Without a doubt. And then they wonder why people don't want to buy their games. Well, there you go.
Yeah, that's definitely. They don't care.
That's the classic example of that.
Yeah.
Die hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain, man. A couple years ago, everybody loved Bethesda. They were dropping Doom, Wolfenstein, Evil Within. People were loving it. And, like, save player one and all that shit. And they could do no wrong. And now look at them. They've fallen so far, man. It's sad to see.
But do you think that it's just a lot of the people at the top just don't seem to it feels like the people at the top are just not looking eye to eye with their customers. Because I started to notice that too with Fallout 4. Yes, I bought it. I played it. Put time into that game. But then I realized something. It was just something about it. Like there was no really the story. Like they were really big on lore on these games, and I didn't feel that in the fourth game. And I started to notice that they were focusing more on settlement building, and I was getting tired of settlement building because nobody ain't doing nothing. So most of my NPCs were just standing around. So. And it just felt like there was a lot of, they would want you to buy the season pass, but the season pass was barely anything on it except for Far Harbor, and that's the only thing I like on there. And then you just look at it like there's something wrong, there's something going on, and then later on you start noticing that there really was going through a downfall of the series, and they were focusing way too much of their little mobile game. I noticed that. So I was just like, okay, I think I'm just gonna stop.
Yeah, absolutely. Anybody else want to add anything about this whole situation? Because I still got more to it to the story.
Damn.
Well, I have a theory about the game failed. It didn't have crossplay. That's why the game failed.
That's another thing. These guys were the ones that were shitting on Sony about the crossplay thing.
Yeah,
make a game without crossplay.
That's
what are you
the worst
doing?
part.
Then maybe it's a good thing they didn't have crossplay on there. It'll just be one super hot mess of everyone complaining.
Yeah, it might have been a disaster.
Yeah.
I mean, it's already a disaster, but you know what I
mean. Yeah, it's just been worse.
I don't know how they can get any worse right now with the way they're going. I mean, seriously, they put out a broken game. You pay $200 something for something, and you don't even get it. And then they want to offer you $5 back on a $200 purchase. The game is shit. And like you guys said, they talk about other people. Well, first you need to look in your own backyard first before you start talking about other people.
Yeah, that's sad.
I mean, the fact that you got some people defending the crap out of Fallout 76. When you already know this game was broken from the get-go. It had a lot of controversy after the whole crossplay fiasco. It had a controversy with the microtransactions. It has a lot of controversy behind it because of the way it hasn't been providing the emphasis of quality for the general masses. Even hardcore Fallout fans felt very disappointed with this game, and I am not surprised by what has come of it. If you're gonna do a game, do it the right way. Don't just throw it out there and think that just because you have a fan base, that the fan base is gonna stay loyal. Even a loyal.
Oh boy, you know about it.
Oh no.
Oh Lord, that's the thing with his mic.
We lost him.
Last long though.
He did. He lasted long.
Lasted longer than Microsoft.
Oh.
This good.
Man, that a little bit more
like...
content. This whole Bethesda bullshit. They're about to face a damn class action lawsuit right now.
Ooh.
They're facing one.
What's going on with that?
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah.
Yep.
What's up, guys?
So,
Hey.
oh, Fonzie, what's up, Fonz?
Hey, that class action lawsuit, huh? Yeah. That,
yes, sir.
That whole
You want
Fonz,
to
my
get
brother.
Is it the canvas bag? That thing?
It's actually more than that. It's not even about the canvas bag. And let me go ahead and read this. So for you guys, all right.
Oh boy.
While minor bugs and glitches are expected with the release of new games, Fallout 76 launched with a 56 gigabyte patch that has proven to be but a starting point for the game's problems. The firm writes, gamers who have tried to receive their refund because of the game's minor glitches have been unable to do so since they downloaded the game, leaving them to deal with an unplayable experience until patches bring it back to a playable state. The game is not even playable.
But it's not just even about that. And I brought up the canvas bag for a reason. Okay. Yeah. By law, like if you are told that you're going to be purchasing something and they tell you that you're going to be getting something for that money you're giving them, you should be getting that something. Well, they totally just rip people off. They're not getting that canvas bag. They're getting some cheap like imitation bag that's just
let me show you the screenshot how bad this bag is, Font. It's literally a trash bag. It's not even funny. It's ridiculous. So let me show this. So let me share screen.
Fake nylon.
But I think that's a real sticking point for a lawsuit there. I think people have a legitimate gripe there because they were paying for something they're not getting.
All right, this was advertised, right? This was advertised. Can I make that bigger?
Oh, yeah. I see.
And in response to people getting this bag and getting upset over it, they offered them 500 like in-game credit, which results in $5. And it's not even enough to buy anything in the game.
It does look like a trash bag.
Yeah, because even the Postman skin that they have is worth like 700.
Yeah.
But you know what? I have
seeing this? Look at that. Look at how terrible this is, Mons. Look at that shit.
What the fuck?
I do have an example. Hey, I do have an example. I just bought, like last year, I bought the $200, collection edition of Persona 5. It came with everything in there, plus a bag, and it was really real material. It did not look like that. So it was worth my price.
Yeah, I bought the same.
You got people that say, somebody even said in your chat, don't you guys have bags anyway? It's like, that's not the point. The point is this collection is $200 fucking dollars, and you're expecting to get quality shit in here that they've advertised as such, and then they give you that.
And they gave you an excuse. They get $5 for compensation.
Like that. Even if I wasn't looking forward to that bag, I'd be pissed off if they send me some bullshit like that.
Yeah.
I mean, not only the bag, but you got to realize that they sent you a broken game as well.
Yeah.
On top of it, the game's broken, so you got, and you pay $200. Like you guys said, it's a smack in the face. I mean, no, I hope they do get a lawsuit. I really do, because it's these people deserve their money back. They can't play the game. What are they going to wait? 2 years for them to keep giving patches? Come on, no.
Well,
and they're not going to send
the No Man's Sky treatment. So
much, yeah.
And you know what I can't understand is all the defenders out there. All the people that are out there saying, you know what, this game is great. I don't know. It's as advertised. And it's like, did you not look at the E3 Todd Howard, speech up there?
Mm-hmm.
The stuff he was saying was not what they advertised. Like, this game is not what they advertised at E3. I'm sorry, but he said a lot of lies in that whole thing. And all these people that are saying they're having fun with it, yeah, good, that's fine. Have fun with it. I don't fault you for having fun with it, but at the end of the day, you can't look at it objectively and say that this game is inherently bad, that there's problems with this game, that this is not as advertised. You can at least admit that much, but there's a lot of people who won't even admit that.
Yeah. Dudes, you're comparing it to Red Dead Redemption 2. I know you saw those threads, but they're comparing to Red Dead Redemption 2, saying that at least it's better than the online of that. Got people doing shit like that. And I'm like, no. I played the online yesterday.
Yeah,
I
like to know what these people were smoking.
I don't know what's going on with these people. Shout out to Mr. Boomstick, by the way, too. I was on this show talking about that Breakfast with Boom. But yeah.
Let me ask you guys. This game, Todd Howard said that it was going to have 16 times the detail of any other Bethesda game.
Yeah. Right.
I have a video on Digital Foundry that says that was a lie as well.
Yeah, but it's going to be 4 times.
No way.
It was 4 times the size of Fallout 4. It's not.
It probably meant 4 times amount the bugs.
yeah. There you go.
He meant the file size,
Damn.
Oh Lord.
I feel like I do gotta say something about that. I know I might be talking way too much, but I feel like this is a good example of what you not do. Do not release games in a very early stage of and damn well there's going to be like this amount of bugs, because I would never defend this. I should not. I didn't even defend Fallout 4, but I just will say that I just feel like a whole gaming companies do not even go further, do not even do this. Just make it to a habit of sending us games and tell us, oh, can you guys fix it for us?
Mm-hmm.
And then also we tell them what's wrong with the beta, they completely ignore it and still release the game in a broken state.
Well, that is a very good point, Vieira, because if I can recall, when you actually do a beta testing, especially on an open network platform, they actually took the game and let it out to the masses so that they can get a feedback. Why those feedback that were actually implemented by the users, why you guys didn't actually fix those problems before release? That's where the kicker is at.
Okay, I can answer that for you. Okay, and look, on Bethesda's behalf, I know exactly why they do this kind of shit. They do it with all their games. They give you the same tired ass engine because their modders out there can work with these engines and fix the bugs for them. That's why they put their shit out on the same engine. That's why they're going to continue to use this engine in the future. They've already said this is what they're using for Elder Scrolls 6. This is what they're using for their next whatever that space game is or whatever. This is what they're going to use because they look to their modding community to fix all their bullshit. That's just wrong.
And that is a great point,
No, but-
Fonz. And that's another one of the key points that I was actually going to point out. Yes, the modders and the actual modding community, Bethesda kind of did the coup de grace. They actually were trying to stop the modders from actually having any more support on that actual engine. They were actually trying to stop them from even using any mods within the game itself. So I'm not really
No, they
surprised.
did. They essentially did.
And they did, I know. And this is the reason why a lot of people should not even support these tactics by any company. It doesn't matter whether it's Obsidian, whether it's Playground Games, whether it's even Motorsports team as well, even Polyphony Digital. Any company, any developing company that gives you a hot piece of lump of coal for a game, you gotta call out the inconsistencies.
Here's the problem. Look, here's the thing. If you look this up, this is a fact. Modders fixed some of the problems in Fallout 76 within 3 days of launch that are still there present, and Bethesda can't even fucking fix. Or they refuse to.
So what I would say is actually a source code error in one of the actual glomerats that's actually causing this problem, because there's a lot of things that can actually dictate that situation with a simple fix of just patching up whatever it's actually doing to make the game unplayable.
No, it comes down to laziness. That is what I see from Bethesda. They just are fucking lazy. They don't want to fix their own game, and they let the modding community fix it. Within 3 days, they fixed a lot of problems in this game. 3 fucking days.
Wow, that's crazy, man. So even the modders know more a thing or two than the actual developers for this game.
No, I don't think it's that they know more. I think that it's that they just take the time to go in and fix things, whereas Bethesda doesn't give a shit.
Exactly.
And
I know
Bethesda too much of a pass. I think I've already said it. I've already said that I'm not buying another Bethesda game unless they get their shit together. If their next game is on the same engine, which it will be, I'm not buying it. So I'm not buying it. I'm not buying their fucking games in the future. Fuck this engine. Fuck Bethesda. I'm not doing it. I'm sorry if I'm cussing a lot and shit, but I'm.
No, go ahead.
They charge you $200 for a damn collector's edition, and you expect to get what you paid for, and you get fucking hit with a duffel bag. I mean, come on.
And this is coming from somebody who loves the Elder Scrolls series, loves Fallout. But I'm sorry, it comes to a point in gaming where people need to speak with their wallets. I'm tired of all this talk. People talking all this shit out there. Oh, we need to stop microtransactions. We need to do this. Well, stop fucking buying the shit, people, because you're low key buying the shit. You're lying to yourselves. You're lying to everybody else, saying I ain't the one buying it. But then who is?
Exactly.
Yep. I mean, that's the same situation that I had with this Call of Duty that came out recently. Like, I got really so pissed to the point where I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna buy it. I'm really not gonna buy it until they make me a proper Call of Duty game, a single-player campaign that is actually worth playing. Because I love multiplayer games. Don't get me wrong. It's fun to talk trash over the internet. It's fun to teabag people when you're killing them. All that is fun, but it gets repetitively boring after a while.
Right. See, the thing with the Call of Duty situation, the gamers have spoken. They bought this shit. I mean, the game does not have a story mode. It has less, multiplayer modes in there, and just has a battle royale mode. That's all they have. and gamers bought the shit. They made a shit ton of money in revenue. So,
But there's a funny part to it though, right?
Mhm.
Actually, Battlefield 5 is actually doing good, regardless of how everybody else is saying that it was a broken mess, that it was an agenda pushing game. It is actually doing a lot more better than what Call of Duty is doing now.
Mm.
Wow. And that's another thing. Yes, bring out the games content, and if you're gonna add any extra items.
You get like cutting out, Carlos. What you doing, Jermaine? But I get what you're saying. Wait. So does anybody else play Battlefield 5? Anybody else on the panel play that?
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Not,
I didn't even give it a shot. Did y'all? Did you play it?
I tried it. I gave it a shot. I played the when I have EA access, so I tried it out when it came out. I thought it was good, but it was nothing that really spoke to me and said you need to buy this game when it drops. And like it reminds me too much of their last game, Battlefield 1.
Okay.
You know, the guns aren't too much different. It's not for me. I wish they would have made a more modern shooter.
Right. Absolutely. I agree.
I think
okay.
with all this going on, people just need to like everybody's saying, just stop supporting these developers that are giving us shit. Honestly, don't buy the game, and then maybe they'll get their ass in gear and do something and make a proper game and a completed game. And people saying, well, I didn't buy it. Well, like you said before, when it came to microtransactions, somebody's got to be buying it. I mean, somebody's buying it because if you don't speak out, and we've been saying this, all of us have been saying this for a while now. If you don't speak up, and like you said, talk with your wallet, guess what's going to happen? They're going to keep on giving you the same shit.
Facts. That's how it is.
It is what it is. And that goes for anything. That's even outside of gaming. If you keep buying something and you know it's broke and spend all this money, but yet still keep supporting the company when they come out with something new, well, they're just going to keep giving you the same old shit. So if you want to waste your money, go ahead. But I'm not wasting my money on broken ass games or broken ass nothing.
That kind of reminds me of Apple fans. Apple fans eat up everything that Apple throws out.
Yeah, they do.
I will say this though. At least with Apple though, at least the shit's working, bro. At least it's working.
Yeah, the product is good.
All right. And I'm not a big Apple fan myself, but hey, I can't fault them. You know, this ain't a Fallout 76 situation with Apple, but we're looking at games. I mean, when are gamers going to finally speak up? These games that keep coming out that are broken and finished and all this stuff, it's ridiculous. It's getting worse. But like, you know, to me, it just ties into everything else with the microtransactions and stuff. And I'll keep bringing up that shit till I'm blue in the face, man. Because microtransactions to me are really fucking bad. And I'm sure you guys have heard about the whole David Jaffe thing lately, defending certain things about microtransactions. I watched his debate with Dreamcast guy.
Yeah,
did you see that debate with Dreamcast guy? It was
I saw. It was ridiculous. And you got gaming journalists defending the practices as well.
Here's my problem with that whole debate. Dreamcast guy didn't really even question him. Like he didn't check him on anything. You know, like sitting there going,
even try.
You know, you're sitting there, you know, looking up to this guy as the God of War creator. I'm looking at the guy like a fucking clown. Okay, I don't care what he's done in the past. The shit that's coming out of his mouth is fucking stupid. 90% of it is garbage. The only place I agree with him in is that we don't need our government regulating our games. That I agree with 100%.
Yeah, that's kind of scary to think about.
Once you let the government come in on one little subject on this microtransaction thing, who knows what else they're going to stick their hands into our games? Are they going to start dictating the way these games are made, the violence in them, all that stuff? I don't need them back in our games like they were in the 90s. You know, I don't need that shit.
Exactly. Issues. That was lovely. I remember that.
And the thing is like, if we don't speak with our wallet, this is what happens. This is what you have to have the government step in, because the ESRB ain't going to do it because they're funded by the very same fucking publishers that put out these games. The ESRB is shit. They are not going to regulate these games the way they should. That's who should be coming in here and saying, look, we need to crack down on loot boxes or put some kind of sticker on there for adults only, whatever they need to do. They need to do it, not the government. The government needs to stay out of our video games. I don't know why people think that that's a good thing. I've seen people on Twitter, oh, great, now the government's getting involved. Yes, we won. No, you lost, you dumbass. You lost.
Exactly.
The government stepped in, you're fucked.
No, it's the FTC. It's the FTC. Everybody say FCC. No, it's FTC. The Trade Commission, the Federal Trade Commission. They're the ones who do a lot of things with, I think cable companies. They do a lot of things with other stuff that is based off any form of any type of services.
Yeah, it's sad though, because a lot of these gamers are clueless. They're fucking clueless, and I see it on Twitter all the time. And I stay away from these threads and stuff. I mean, I could destroy some of these arguments really easy, but I just stand back and I just shake my head. I'm like, this is the problem with gaming. It's not the game per se. It's you. It's the gamers that are at fault. It's us. We are the fucking problem. Wake up. We need to speak with our wallets. Straight up.
Yeah.
Stop fucking buying into bullshit. You act like you're not buying the microtransactions. You know damn well you're spending money on that shit, because if you weren't, this shit wouldn't pass. People wouldn't be putting this Assassin's Creed Odyssey wouldn't have this fucking pay to win feature where you fucking get to buy experience and shit.
Buy experiences and resources and shortcuts, and now you got them thinking about having bullshit where you can literally just pay, one little transaction fee and you can unlock everything in the game and shit. Like, they doing that type of thing. It's ridiculous. Like, you can do that in Mortal Kombat. You can unlock all crypt items with one fucking purchase.
But you know what? That's stupid. That takes away from the fun of the game.
Yeah,
why would you want to do that?
Thing is, to a casual that might look enticing to a casual. Yeah.
Damn. I
might look enticing to a casual. It's like, you know what? Okay, I bought the game for $60, but you know what? Damn, these guys are grinding, doing all this shit. I don't feel like grinding. You know what? I think I'll just pay $70 to unlock everything. That's the thing, though. The fact that's even an option is the problem.
Jemiah, I'm not giving Devil May Cry 5 a pass on nothing at all.
Yeah, I ain't picking that shit up.
Look, there's YouTubers out there, people that within our community here that go on record, have been on record as saying on podcasts that they're okay with these microtransactions. They're okay for some people because they use the excuse, well, some people don't have the time to grind shit out. So paying a little extra to get ahead, that's okay. And I'm like, no, it's not. Because
to be honest, though, to be fair to them, it depends on how they're implementing how they do it. If they're paid to win shit where it interrupts the actual joy of play and it's cheats and shit like that, where you can cheat your way past, that should not be in there. But if it's like cosmetics, sure. Because look at Rocket League. That's Rocket League right there. Yeah.
But here's the thing, though. You give an inch and these developers take a mile.
That is true.
We give a little bit on this stuff, and we tell them, hey, this ain't bad. They're always going to push the envelope. They're always going to make it worse and worse on you. And it's proof. Lately, it's gotten worse with these fucking things. It's gotten worse.
Our worst fears for Red Dead came true.
I'm gonna prove my point here, because you've got a game like what is it? Is it Call of Duty that has the microtransactions that you can buy for $20, but you can't unlock part of them until you grind it out?
Yeah, we talked about that last week. Yeah, how it works is you buy 2 items for $20, and they give you one of the items that you paid for, and the other you have to grind through the tiers, but you can pay to pass the tiers.
So my point is, you're saying that these cosmetics aren't bad, but yet they're fucking bad when you got to grind it out anyway after you pay $20 fucking dollars. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
They're finding these other loopholes. They're finding these ways to push the envelope and make you spend your money even more. And the more you give them, the more they're going to take. People need to wake up. These microtransactions are inherently bad. All of them. I don't care which.
Very true.
Oh, they're all bad. And they're going to continue to push this, and they're going to design games around it. They already have, because as far as I'm concerned, Assassin's Creed, I don't know about Odyssey. I haven't played it, but the one before especially, the Origins, I know that they designed that game around their microtransactions because they had the XP boosters and stuff, and that game was tedious and long and fucking boring.
Facts. Dr. Jamia Dixon, he says it's only cosmetic will haunt gamers forever. I'm starting to see that. Yeah, I agree.
$20, then you got to grind it out anyway. Yeah, there's your cosmetic.
That is very true. It's insane, man. It's insane. It just goes back to that question, because I have a question in the chat. Are quality games fading away, so to speak? And all we getting are these, these half-ass games where they're just, we have to pay for the rest of the content.
I think it's bullshit, and I think they're just ripping everybody off. And like we've been saying, if you don't start talking to them with your wallets,
Right.
you're gonna keep getting screwed. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I think that's a good. That's why I was saying that it might just be. We're just gonna get really half games, and then you're gonna pay the other part to get more content, and then you have to pay microtransactions just to get some items, get ahead, and it's like, well, obviously this is pretty much what we were fearing in 2013 because we got after another company for doing this with their console, but now we're accepting the same business practices. So
That's very true. Yeah. Man,
I
gaming
mean,
as a whole, man.
it sucks that that we the fan base that really reluctantly
hmm
hates these practices have to deal with it on a daily basis and trying to inform people on why it is wrong, but they still find it that it's actually good to do it. No, you take away the luster of the game. You take the quality from the game itself away when you actually approve these practices by the developers. Like you really don't understand why some people just really don't understand why the hardcore fan base
hmm
is the way it is because we embellish ourselves in playing the games. We actually look forward for the art direction. We actually look forward for the difficulty level of the game to actually infuse us into even actually liking the game. Like
Right.
look at Uncharted. Uncharted didn't have no damn microtransactions. It actually was a great game to play,
hmm
and it
You
had a
don't even have to go
difficulty
back that far,
level.
bro. You can look at Witcher 3. You can look at
hmm
so many other
Yeah,
games
there's
out there.
Yeah.
a lot of great games of
Good games
last
get lost
gen.
in translation, though, when it comes to these bad games. That just seems like the norm here now. Like all good games, they
Yeah,
just
like come
be.
on.
And
Yeah.
on another
Even
note, speaking of voting with your wallet, that's why you also have to support these games that don't nickel and dime you and actually give you a real fucking good game. Like
Facts.
The Witcher 3
Yeah.
gave you a $10 DLC that was like leagues, like right now, what is it? Spider-Man? That Spider-Man DLC is like an hour long. Like
Yeah. Well, the
I mean,
first one,
it's not bad,
was.
but
The
it's not
second
worth
one
the
was like,
price.
it was it was less than that, but yeah.
Look, I couldn't get into The Witcher 3 as far as finishing the game, but I bought that game twice. And the reason why I did is because I wanted to try it on the Xbox as well, on the X. But I did it because I thought maybe I'll get into it a little later, but I couldn't get into the combat. Anyway, I would gladly pay for that game twice because I know that that company isn't for these microtransactions and stuff. I will support these companies any way I can because to me, that speaks fucking volumes. If they're pro consumer, pro gamer, I'm all for it. You know, I can't wait for Cyberpunk 2077. If that game's trash, I'll still buy a copy, you know, because I'm going to support the developers that are trying.
That game is gonna shit on anything Bethesda's ever made. Like
yeah, literally, it will.
absolutely, and Bethesda's days are numbered because back then when they really came up, nobody was making games like that, enormous open world games, RPGs like that. And now there's other players in this game, and they're doing it better. So they need to step their game up. They're gonna get
Yep.
left behind like dinosaurs.
All right. The only two Bethesda's games that I'm actually looking forward to in the near future are Doom, actually three, Doom, Rage, and that Wolfenstein 3 game that's supposedly still in the works. Those are the only three games that I'm actually looking forward to. And I'm hoping that Rage does not get the microtransaction treatment because if they do anything stupid with that game, I will literally boycott the shit out that game. I will not buy it. I will not give it any likes. I will not.
Facts.
I actually played. I still got the collector's edition Rage for my PS3. I love the hell out of that game. That game was freaking awesome. Give me Bethesda, swear to God, I will literally wipe my butt with any other games that you throw out because it's pure garbage. These practices, damn microtransactions, that they're trying to implement everything. It really is.
Yeah, like keep buying up. But yeah, I hear you, man.
I don't
I don't know, like I don't know. I guess when you had today working really well for you, but
I
that's
don't
all
think
good.
it's necessarily an issue to buy the game per se. Buying the game is fine. It's buying that microtransaction within that game that's the problem. And that's what people need to realize. Some people that could be out there and they could say, well, I'm going to buy this because it's just a skin. Okay. Do you know how many other people are thinking the same fucking thing? Well, I'm just going to buy this one thing because it's a skin. That's how they make their fucking money on these microtransactions. There's millions of kids that are out there buying the same fucking skin. So after they bought that, they've made their money back. I mean, tenfold off of one skin. Like, this is why they keep implementing this shit. If everybody were to stop buying that one skin, they wouldn't put these microtransactions in there. It wouldn't be worth their time. Wouldn't be worth their effort.
Right.
Or companies, or companies who announced that they were going to be doing that. I mean, and people's like, well, we're going to be charging more for skin and stuff like that. And people are like, okay, and then they get mad because they get charged for the skin, and then they go and get the skin. Like, oh well, microtransactions, because the people were complaining about, microtransactions, but they were told already that they were going to charge you with cosmetics. So you think that could be a big issue of gamers too, or not really fully paying attention, or we're just complaining.
I think some of them are just so dumb, and whoever came up with that microtransaction shit was retarded. Just let people grind like we always grind, and earn the skins, earn your weapons, earn your awards, earn whatever that you need to do. I mean, every time I hear about microtransactions, it actually gives me a headache. And people not and buying their way through the game. You're just letting these people continue doing the same thing over and over again. So they're going to keep on doing it. And you're going to be, after a while, you're going to be out of pocket. For what?
Yeah.
Just play the game like you always did.
You know, it's sad.
It makes the game worse for everybody else because then they design the game around these microtransactions and make everything super grindy, overly grindy.
What's sad is the first time I came into contact with the microtransaction, it was with the Horse Armor in Oblivion, which was a Bethesda game back in the 3.
They started this shit.
Wow.
It was Ubisoft, if I remember.
Nah, Bethesda was the first of it I heard was with the Horse Armor.
The first I heard about was early MMOs for PC in the 2000 era. They were not like trending, but it was still getting them on there.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
what you think about the online for Red Dead? I meant to ask you. That's fine. Did you play the Red Dead online?
I haven't played it. I'm not excited for it, to be honest.
I played it last night, and remember how our worst fears we talked about, we speculated? Well, it's basically come true.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I bought the game for the single player anyway, like Grand Theft Autos. I don't buy them for the online. I buy them for the single player. That's the way I do.
Single player alone is great. It's amazing. It's an amazing story. It's got a lot for the single player, but it starts off slow, obviously. But once you grind or you play, you see how good it is. The shark card system that we came to know in GTA 5 funds has been replaced by this gold nugget system. So basically, that's what you're buying.
I heard all about it, and it's the same nefarious practices that they had in GTA 5. It's the same crap. To make money is really hard. It's really grindy. So, it's pay to win at the end of the day. And I'm not for that. I'm not gonna contribute to that. I'm not buying any of that shit.
Yeah. Did you ever find that white horse in the single player?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They're selling the white horse. Now the white horse and regular, money that you earn in game is like $900. But the variant, the black version of that horse, they want they want gold. I'm just there right now. They want gold nuggets. Yeah. I just tell you something, because they're actually throwing that out there for suits as well. So certain suits are a lot behind the gold from what I was looking at online. So it's
but again, if people would stop buying them, they wouldn't put them in there.
Absolutely.
I mean, these shark cards were bought like crazy with GTA 5. And some people that are going to be this is not going to be the level of GTA 5 at all. You can't compare Red Dead to Grand Theft Auto, but at the same time, there's still going to be a lot of dummies that are going to buy these shark cards or nugget cards, whatever they are.
Absolutely.
And that's exactly what they are, dummies.
Yeah. This is going to print money for them for 10 years,
man. Did you hear about the 10 announcements for the Game Awards before I move on? to this one?
What
Fonz?
10 announcements?
There's supposedly going to be 10 new game announcements at the Game Awards and updates on games as well, according to Geoff Keighley.
Look, and I've also heard rumors that Microsoft is going to unveil a new project. Great, fantastic. Finally, you can compete.
Yeah.
Finally, at the end of the generation, you want to compete. Thank
you. Exactly. All right. Let me go here. Let's get into this funny one right here. Obviously everybody knows Nintendo Labo. Sony now has their own version of Nintendo Labo, which is called the Toio.
Which came out last year.
Yeah, but the Toio. Now this the reason why this is even a thing and this is even being mentioned by me. Toio was, if I remember correctly, Toio. There was a patent for it, and I was in a thread here and I got this, but you guys remember this article right here? For those you watched the video. Where they were talking about the patent, and the patent was for a memory or a cartridge. This new cartridge right here is pretty much for Toyo, and Toyo is this little thing they're doing with paper and all that. And shout out to Dark Cloud for this, but this is basically what it is. Toyo, little cute things that go on the dock, and you can.
Yeah, I saw people attaching like little paper mache things on top of it, and I'm like. Yeah. Who cares?
There's a reason that nobody talked about this last year.
Pretty much. It's like, do y'all think it's a bad thing? Are y'all excited that it's not a Vita or something? Because remember, it was like rumors going around that it might be a Vita.
Yeah, because of the cartridge patent.
Yeah, that's what everybody was saying Vita, and they were saying that it was either going to be a Vita or it was going to be PS5. It's going to be for PS5, something like that for the cartridge. But
yeah,
I think
it's not.
Well, it's really obvious it was not going to be any of those because everybody knows that Sony has other, they do other stuff besides just games, and they do music, they do movies, they do other I don't know appliance, but I know they do other stuff, and they even do stuff on the side like toys. So I mean. It was kind of obvious because they just said they're not going to do another handheld anytime soon. They just made that very clear. I think last year they talked about that. Early this year, last year.
Yeah, they made a comment with Andrew House. He was in the head of the studios. He said that they're not competing anytime soon with them in the market because he believes that Nintendo is pretty much unstoppable in the handheld. And I agree.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But the one distinction you have to make between that Sony product and the Labo is that has nothing to do with their gaming division. That's not for, the PlayStation or whatever. That's just a separate toy, separate entity, a different project.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We know.
Yeah, so, Nintendo.
I didn't want people thinking that this thing is like competing with Labo or something. No.
Yeah. It's just weird. It just caught me off guard when the shit came out. I was like, oh, God. Okay. Now that's been covered and done. We got
real quick.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and move this over here. All right, let's get into this PS5 rumor. This is a big PS5. I know you heard about this because dudes are going wild for this, Fonz. But at an expo, Sony showed off a 440-inch TV and it's 8K 120 frames per second. And on the TV, they had GT Sport running on it. And it was running at 8K 120 frames per second. Now, could this possibly be PS5?
No.
You don't think so? Because I said the same thing. I'm like, I'll believe it when I see it.
Not right.
I don't think it's possible right now, especially for next gen.
No,
you'd be lucky to get 60.
Bro, you're not going to run 8K, first of all.
Okay, you're going to get that 8K TV.
Unless you're going to pay for that 8K. So that's the thing. Unless you're willing to pay for that shit.
Nope.
Because even the highest end computers, like, they're struggling with that 8K and whatever hertz. Look, at the end of the day, I mean, all this speculation and stuff, just because it's a Sony game, all this tells me is that this game can be converted up to 8K and look gorgeous. That's all it tells me. So at the end of the day, it tells me that GTA Sport's going to look phenomenal on the PS5 regardless. But it's not going to be 8K.
Agreed. Upscale, maybe. I don't know. Who knows? We'll see.
No.
But no specification have been confirmed at all. It's all leaks. It's all speculation. But
how many people with an 8K TV, bro?
Oh yeah, of course.
With 120 hertz.
Probably like 20 people, and they're all YouTubers. They get it for free. So that's how they'd be.
It's probably a prototype or something.
Think it's prototype?
Yeah.
It is a downgrade later on.
Oh my god.
Lord, downgrade. What else you got going on here? This is a little off gaming topic, but I wanted to throw this in anyway because I thought Craig was gonna be here, but I guess not. Netflix is canceling Daredevil.
Really?
Yeah,
They've been
Daredevil's
canceling.
done.
They've been
Daredevil's
canceling
officially
everything.
I think all the Marvels are just done off Netflix. Here's the thing that I think that's going on with these Marvel shows. I think that they're too expensive to hold on to. That's what I really think at the end of the day. I think that Netflix is paying too much for them. For what the quality we got with some of these shows. I mean, come on.
Yeah. They still got Flash and all the Flash is no, actually no, that's DC. But they got
Daredevil was great, great show. There was a couple others that were pretty good as well. But at the end of the day, I mean, we don't know how much they're spending for that Marvel license.
Punisher. I haven't heard anything about Punisher losing, so maybe Punisher does it.
Yeah,
you don't think Punisher's going anywhere?
No, that'll be gone. That'll be gone.
I mean, aren't they coming out with their own streaming platform?
Are they?
Yeah, Disney's coming out with their own thing.
Oh, okay, that might be the problem.
It could be a situation where they said, "Oh, you want to keep us Netflix? Okay, then pay us this amount." And
shit. And they just low key kill them off one by one.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because if that makes sense. If they're coming out with their own streaming device, I mean, why would they even put their shows on Netflix?
But if you're gonna do it one by one, why would you leave Jessica Jones on there?
That's next, dude. They just haven't said it yet. You'll see.
Well, no, that should have been next period before Daredevil.
That should have been before season 2, bro.
It's the one. You notice how they're all the ones who got good ratings are the ones that are being canceled.
Yeah, well, Luke Cage was great. I don't know why people complain about that.
Hey man, that dad ruined the show, man. That sealed its fate.
Maybe they were like lowballing like Jessica Jones and stuff. But Marvel's like, you can keep that, and they're like, okay. even Marvel don't want that shit in their streaming fucking device.
Oh God.
They'll probably revive the shows later on their platform. Let's see.
It's possible, man. It's possible for sure. What was this right here? Oh, this actually just came out too. Rockstar confirms there's not gonna be no Superman or whatever at the Game Awards. So no game that they're working on. So Rocksteady, I mean. So
I would say like Rockstar.
Yeah.
But again, Superman has been notorious for having terrible games. So
it's impossible to balance Superman.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Yeah. Some people get mad when you compare it to the movies and whatnot, but I mean that's kind of how he is in the comics. Bullets don't hurt him. That hurts him.
I was comparing the game to the 64 version.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's true. Everybody, who watches like Superman on the big screen, they're like, it sucks because he's too powerful and stuff. Well, I'm like, duh, that's Superman.
That's his thing. He's Superman.
You can't really fuck with him, man.
The only person that actually beat him was an alien. I mean, come on, you gotta understand, he's not human. So
that's probably the only really cool thing that Superman, has been in recently, and not even recently, was Smallville.
Yeah, Smallville was really good. I like that. But I don't think my standards are probably a little too high for the game anyway. If they do make a Superman game, the reason why, that set piece that at the start of God of War when you fight the stranger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I would want all my set pieces to be like that for a Superman game. I want nothing but destructibility, because that makes sense, especially you're fighting a boss. You're like, these two godlike beings fighting.
That stranger fight is the best fight sequence in any game I've ever played.
Yeah.
Because it goes from 0 to 60 in like 5 seconds.
Oh no, it's
camera work.
I think it's the best constructed, fight scene I've ever seen. The way it's put together, the acting, everything about it is just spot on, perfect, just amazing.
Yep, that's crazy.
It actually kind of
starts from a space slap, then he's like leave. And he's fucking starts what would you about to say, man?
Oh, I was gonna say that it kind of like not ruined because the game's obviously amazing, but it kind of set a tone that I think like it never really matched at any other point in the game.
What God of War?
Yeah, that moment that Fonz brought up, that's like the best part of the game, I think.
I would say, well, that's a good part of the game. That's a real great part of the game, but I think it gets even better. That other fight when you're like literally beating his face in and there's like blood everywhere and he still gets up. Like it gets gruesome. It gets more gruesome in the story. But I do agree. Like the best parts of God of War are definitely with Bardock for sure.
Yeah.
I think the best parts is the combos you can get later on with everything you unlock. That to me, the gameplay of that game is just phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. What was that other what's the other part? Oh, that part with Athena. Athena shows up. I mean, I was like, damn, they really did do everybody. I was like, holy shit.
That's why I say, like at the Game Awards, let's say God of War wins, I wouldn't be mad at that. Even though Red Dead Redemption 2 for me is my favorite game of the year, if God of War wins, I ain't mad at that at all. It's a great fucking game. That game is amazing.
Especially when you find out Atreus' real, name.
Yes.
That was the biggest reveal. Yeah, I was like, okay, that is really cool. Like that really sets him up perfect for sequels.
And then at the very end, when you go back to the house, I'm like,
oh God, don't bring it up. Don't bring that up.
That made the wait for the next one like so agonizing.
That epic. You see the thunder, you just see that hammer. You're like, oh shit.
I shouldn't have to say this, but anybody who's beat the game, if you have not went back to the house, go back to the house.
Yeah, just beat the game. Go to the house. I don't think you have to 100% it. You can just go right back to the cabin, your little cabin, and you'll see the day transition. You'll see something, a big reveal for the sequel. That's dope.
That blew me out the water when I saw that shit.
That's how you set up a sequel for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here.
And that is the reason why PlayStation 5 is already sold to millions of gamers out there, because they know what's coming.
Exactly.
And I have to tell the Xbox fans all the time, look, I'm not shitting on Xbox because I'm shitting on Xbox. I'm just saying that at the end of the day, PlayStation 5 has already sold to millions of gamers. The Xbox has not sold to millions of gamers besides the hardcore fan base.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Outside of that, you got to sell these. You got to sell us with games. The end of the day, that's what the gamers want.
They don't give a reason to buy Xbox, basically.
No, I mean Halo Infinite. Hey, if that looks phenomenal, then more power to them. But they need a new IP like Sony. This generation, they've come out with some new IPs. They've come out with reboots like God of War. Horizon Zero Dawn, a new IP that a lot of people are excited about. And yes, some of these people are going to buy the PS5 for the next iteration of Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yep. And I said this on Boom's podcast. I'm like, it's nothing wrong with Halo, Gears, or Forza. It's just games that we already know that are established with Microsoft. They're synonymous with Microsoft.
Exactly.
They need something that's new. Like, come on, coming out of this gen alone, going into PS5. What is Sony known for with the PS4 so far? What are they known for?
Many things.
Become
so
human.
many things.
Death Stranding, God of War. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So many games come up to mind when it comes
for everybody.
What's sad is if you look at the other side, you're like, what are they known for? Sea of Thieves and State of Thieves 2? Come on.
And Cuphead, and that's it.
Hey, Cuphead is amazing.
Cuphead is an amazing game, but at the end of the day, it's a AA and it's not selling consoles. I'm sorry, it's not.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
And that's
they messed up too with that one because they had an opportunity to sell more consoles with that when they had it. But you remember, what did they do? They put it.
You know what they should have done? They should have came out with a console designed with Cuphead in mind and bundled.
They did that.
They did.
Did they?
Yeah, they did that. They gave it out for free.
Yeah, but they didn't sell it. It was like a contest, which is ridiculous.
No, they gave two. There was actually one they gave away to Lamar Wilson. He actually got one.
Oh God!
And then they did the giveaway, but he actually got the first one.
Bro, but look, at the end of the day, Microsoft has a history of creating good designs sometimes on consoles, but then just giving it away. They don't sell them. These things would sell. I've seen people on Twitter saying, hey, Microsoft, please sell this design. Please sell this. We'll buy it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand what the mindset is at Xbox, but it's terrible. Marketing is fucking terrible this generation.
Well, that's why I said with the money they supposedly have, they need to start doing more marketing and advertising and doing all that with that money. And stop. And like you said, with these new things that come out, stop giving them away, sell them. And I've seen it too. A lot of people would buy it and they're not doing it. They're just not. Why? I don't know. It makes no sense.
Yeah. I want to see Microsoft compete. I want to see new IPs. When that happens, as a gamer, I'll be applauding them. I'll be like, yes, fucking Xbox. Nice. You
finally. We've been waiting for a whole gen. Finally.
They got all these new studios and everybody's talking about these new studios and it's phenomenal that they're getting this stuff. It's phenomenal. It seems like they're going to compete, But at the end of the day, what matters most is what these studios create. And until I see what they create, I'm not all that excited.
Actually, the situation still stands as is.
Because as far as I'm concerned right now, the focus of Xbox is services. And these services are catered to games as a service. Okay. So they want Game Pass to sell well. Game Pass is something they're going to push huge when they come out with their streaming box and they start streaming this to many devices. Okay. When Game Pass goes out there, they're going to want to sell these games to Game Pass. So what's going to happen is a lot of these companies that they've got, if you look, most of them are AA. Most of them are just small companies. So yes, can they create great experiences? Sure. But most of them are going to be AA experiences on Game Pass. 3 of the companies that they picked up are the ones that I'm counting on to give us AAA, but I'm not sure yet. I have to see.
Yeah, agreed.
Well, they're hiring too, so they're still hiring for what they call it, creative management or something. So we're in that level. They're looking for some people who actually can give some ideas. So I was like, wait a minute, I think you guys already have that. So I mean, I'm hoping to see something. Everybody was talking about Fable when they talk about the XO18, and there was no Fable, and they were just, and I was like, well, it did say Game Pass all over their their ads. On
you know what they say to that? Wait for E3.
wait for next gen, homie.
I don't know. I don't know how you guys feel about Fable, but for me, Fable was not a big franchise. I didn't care about Fable much. Fable 1 was okay, but the rest, I don't care about Fable. I really don't. And honestly, I think Microsoft needs more than a Fable. I think they need a new IP, something fresh. I mean, Sony's doing it. They're putting out fresh releases. They're putting out new IPs. It's not just the same tired ass games. It's not games being brought back to life from many years ago. That's cool. If they want to do that, I know Sony does that sometimes, but at the same time, as gamers, we want fresh. We want new.
True.
That's what I've been saying forever. I want something new. I want something new. Not this. I mean, like you said, it's okay when you redo a game, and especially if it's a good game, an old game, but you need new. You want new. Why do you want to play the same game just redone over and over again? Absolutely. Some of them are good, don't get me wrong, but I want variety. I want something different. Like you were saying before about Microsoft. Nobody wants them to fail, and people don't get that when they listen to our shows. We don't want them to fail. We want them to compete. We want them to give us more than what they're giving us. That's all we're asking for. We're not asking for them to fail, and people keep saying that we're bashing Microsoft. No, we're not bashing them. We're asking for more. There's a difference. There's a difference.
Yeah. And they're talking about
like that's asking for too much. It's like no, it's not. That's actually asking for enough because you bought the product. That's you're entitled to.
Their last new IP that's great was Gears, man. That was 12 years ago.
Yeah, that's true. And here's the thing. If you hear some of the Xbox dudes and you talk to them, you're like, well, what do you got coming? They'll bring up stuff like Battletoads. And it's like, look, you can like Battletoads from back in the day. I personally didn't, but hey, you can like Battletoads. But if you really think about them bringing back a Battletoads style game, it's going to be a 2D side scroller. That's not going to sell consoles, guys. Like you could like that all you want, but that's not putting an Xbox in somebody's living room who doesn't have one. I'm sorry.
You don't have somebody lie to you and say, "Oh, I bought the console for Battletoads." It's like, no, you did not. You didn't. That's not something that's selling you on Xbox. It's something to have, sure. Something on the plate.
In all fairness, there could be that weirdo out there that's like, "Oh, I bought it for Battletoads," and he probably really did.
Yeah,
and, dressed it up as a Ninja Turtle.
You gotta cast a wide net. You got to put out something for everybody,
Yeah,
and there's gonna be one weirdo out there who buys an Xbox for Battletoads.
Yeah,
more power to him.
It's not selling to the masses at the end of the day. And that's not a game you should really push and say, this is what I'm looking forward to, guys. We're getting Battletoads. I mean, I'd feel embarrassed if if personally, if like my son came up to me and said, Dad, I can't wait. Battletoads is coming. This is really going to put Xbox on the map. I'd be like, shut up, son. That's not going to bring him anywhere.
I bet you if you ask Microsoft, not us, but if Microsoft asked themselves, did we do the best we can? I guarantee they may not publicly say it, but I guarantee they're saying to themselves, no, we didn't. No, we did not. Because they know they can do better. You don't go from a 360 to having all this shit to having nothing.
And then what's the other game they talk about that they might remaster? Banjo-Kazooie. Really? Banjo-Kazooie? Oh my God.
Yeah, Banjo-Kazooie. Somebody said Conquer would be fine, but I mean, still, you need something.
Again, these games are all fine for Xbox Live Arcade. Bring that shit back and put that crap in there. Or put it in Game Pass. That's fine for that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, we want big AAA experiences as gamers. That's what we want. We want big blockbuster fucking exclusives. We don't want Banjo fucking Kazooie.
And new shit. Because, for example, Cuphead, that's not a gigantic AAA game, but it's fantastic. It's new. It's fresh. I love that game. It was my game of the year last year. Like, give me something new. I don't care if it's AAA. I don't care if it's a side scroller. Give me some new shit. I don't care about this old stuff. If that old stuff was popping, it wouldn't have been dormant this long.
Facts.
Yeah, look, as a gamer, and I've had Xbox, this whole generation pretty much. And the 3 games I can name you that I really like on the system is Cuphead, Ori, and Gears 4. That's it.
Okay.
And 2 of those are AA. They're indies. That's sad. Yeah. That's fucking sad. For a whole generation, I only have 1 AAA game on a console.
Yeah,
that's very sad.
It's sad in general, especially when you look at the competition. The competition went from being the butt of all jokes last gen. Remember with the PS3 launch, $600, no games, crappy third party.
That's the thing. 360 was great.
Oh, that's not no lie.
Yeah,
I love that. It's probably my favorite gaming console ever. I love that.
They went from the butt of all jokes with the PS3, right? And here they go sitting on this like mantle now because they dropped all these damn heavy bangers. But ironically, a good chunk of these bangers started from the PS3, from nothing, and they barely sold. But they built upon them with the PS4, and look what you got. God of War, all these games. That's how you get, yeah.
They work hard when they need.
With every new generation, it starts over. Everybody gets a fresh slate. Okay,
absolutely.
How you come out and start the generation is going to dictate what the rest of the generation is going to be like for you. Unfortunately for Microsoft, they came out and dictated all wrong. They fucked up at the beginning, and they continued to fuck. Okay,
yeah.
They're starting to right the wrong. They're starting to put some things in place that seem like it's a good idea. But the execution is what I want to see. And starting this next generation, if they show us some badass bangers that's going to sell these consoles to the masses, look out. That's going to be amazing for Xbox.
But one thing is for certain, though, in order for them to truly put pressure on Sony, even with the bangers, they got to get rid of this Game Pass shit. As much as I don't want to say that, it has to go. That has eliminated so many reasons for you to buy an Xbox.
I think Game Pass is just fine. I think it's great. I like Game Pass personally.
Yeah,
I like it too.
Yeah, but here's the thing: I don't think it's necessarily a negative thing for them, especially if they want to put this thing, their Game Pass streaming and all this on different devices and stuff. It can make them a lot of money. The potential revenue is huge, but they better invest some of this revenue in some good AAA games. That's all I'm saying. Because if they do that, then it's a win-win for them and the gamer. But we have to see that execution. We have to see where they're going to put this money. We have to see if they're going to make big AAA blockbusters. That is all I want to know. That is.
I think that's the reason why.
The other thing with those
studios, for sure, that's their big thing. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tyne.
No, I'm sorry. The other thing is that when they make these new games and AAA games, stop putting on Game Pass first day.
No, I'm good with that. No, I want that time.
I'm with you.
I do, but I don't because, I mean, where they get this money? They're not getting it from. I mean, people have Game Pass, but if you're not selling the copy of it, okay, to as many people, you're not going to be making as much money either. In order to keep further developing more AAA games.
If Game Pass sells very well on different devices, on multiple devices, and they get a lot of subscriptions, that's huge for them. That's huge for them. And that is fine because you're going to have those people as well as the people that'll buy the game for $60.
Right.
They can make a killing on this if Game Pass takes off, if they make good AAA games. And I think these two things go hand in hand. You have to have good games to sell Game Pass. You can't sell Game Pass on mediocrity. You can't.
Yeah.
It's not selling Game Pass, okay? Despite what people are saying, if you look at the list, I mean, Porter Rock talks about this all the time. Most played games on Xbox is not Sea of Thieves. Okay? That's not selling Game Pass. But at the end of the day, if they put a good AAA blockbuster in Game Pass, people might sign up for that Game Pass.
Yeah, and that's what they want. That's why they're buying all these AA studios. You know,
Exactly.
they're looking for the next massive hit. They're basically looking for the next Cuphead out of a mini. You know, and they're trying to build upon that sort of thing by buying these smaller studios.
Well, I got to
give those small studios.
The AAAs. That's what I got to see. That's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's what we really got to see. Yeah.
Show us
because they still got the trademark for Scalebound still. So I told Boom about this, or me and Boom was talking about this too. But there's possibly they could bring back Scalebound, possibly.
Yeah.
But that's just on and that's right there.
Microsoft though, right now, we want them to I feel like the gaming community, and by that I mean like guys like us, we want them to compete with Sony like head to head. Like we want to see this big heavyweight fight, but just like Nintendo bowed out and said, "Nah, we're gonna do this thing over here on the side." Like we don't compete with them; we do our own thing. Right. That's exactly what Microsoft is doing too.
Yeah,
that they don't care. Like people are like, "Oh, but you're giving people reasons not to buy the box. Like we need a reason to buy the box." They don't care if you buy the box. They want you to subscribe to Game Pass.
They want you to subscribe to Game Pass, and they want to sell software to different platforms because that's where they make their money at the end of the day.
The box is just an avenue to sell you the software, to sell you Game Pass. If you're getting Game Pass on your phone, they're happy with your $10 a month.
Yeah, I don't think this necessarily is going to be the end of Microsoft consoles, as some put it. It's not going to be there. They're still going to make their consoles, but it's just I want to see how they execute these games. I want to see what games they bring us because that's going to be the defining factor for many gamers out there to either buy their console or not, or buy Game Pass or not. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it's about. It's about the games, and that's what we want to see. I'm not shitting on Xbox. I'm just critiquing them and saying, hey, this is what they need to do. AAA games. That's what people want to see. They want to see new IPs, fresh gameplay mechanics. They want to see something good. We're tired of the Halo, Gears, and Forzas. Sorry, it's just that ain't working for me.
Only cater to that demographic who bought those. The last one before that. Now you need something new. It makes no sense. Like the excuses are out the window. You need to deliver next gen and show that you're willing to, push the boundaries. And that's what Sony's been doing this whole gen. So that's exactly what they need to do for sure.
You need something like Scalebound.
They need something. I mean, hell, like even though Scalebound got canceled, they still have the trademark for that overdone. So I mean,
that was pretty much my
only reason. Sony ponies. I know you Sony ponies are not talking bad about my Xbox Game Pass.
Oh Lord.
Wow.
No, I don't speak ill on Game Pass. I think Xbox has done a lot of pro-consumer things this generation. I think them coming out with that controller for the disabled people is a wonderful thing. Fucking amazing. That's way better than the fucking Labo shit coming out at Nintendo. So, I mean, Xbox has done some good stuff, but it's where they falter the most that's hurt them the most, and that's the games.
Yes.
That is the look. We're here as gamers to play games. We're not here as gamers to play boxes or services. No, I'm in it for the fucking games.
I agree. That's what I'm here for, is to play the games.
Well, we came here for when we put $400 down on that PS4. We thought about games. We didn't think about this other shit. We thought about games, future games. Same thing goes for the Xbox One when it first came out. We put that $500 towards it. We were expecting games, for them to build upon shit that we got from the 360. Have they built upon games from the 360?
No, they haven't. They haven't.
Have you gotten an Alan Wake 2 or another Alan Wake?
Dude, I wanted another Lost Odyssey, and
have you gotten
that franchise is dead.
It is sad it's sad.
Not even a Left 4 Dead.
Nope.
That's Valve's fault.
Yeah, but that's Valve. Yeah, but still, not even Left 4 Dead. That was their main thing they showed up to.
Man.
People are still salty about Valve, though. People are still salty about Valve right now.
Dude, Valve just came out with a game that is basically free to play, but they're charging you $20. to buy it, which is
Damn.
ludicrous.
Damn, really?
Yeah, it's like it's a collectible card game like Hearthstone, but you know Hearthstone is free to play, and you can earn cards in game. This game costs $20 and then expects you to pay more money for cards, and there's no way to earn free cards. It's ridiculous.
Wow. That's crazy.
Not buying it.
But this goes to show the quality of games, right, Mitch? Like last gen, we were like, even though we had the fanboys, I was on every single side, you know, with last gen. But one thing we did also have, we had quality games.
Yeah.
We had games last gen. Like these games, the service shit didn't exist. Everybody was playing games.
The thing is, games were cheaper to make back then. You would get games more often. Now you're gonna get, you know, bigger games, but like what am I trying to say? They're fewer and far between. You know what I mean? Like you have a lot more time between like major releases. Like once
find a message. Sorry. But yeah. It's true. It's true. And now you add in that fucking factor that, you know, these journalists want to censor us.
That Jason Schreier's
Jason Schreier, man. No, I used to love that guy.
Yeah, it's not just Schreier. And I knew who Jason Schreier was for a while because I remember he was on a Weapon Wheel for an episode. I remember that he was on the episode. I thought he was not bad. Yeah,
I'm sure you guys watched his thing with Yang Ye.
Oh yes.
Yeah, terrible.
Man, that guy made me so infuriated. Like
I wanted to smack the hell up. Like, are you serious right now?
Props to Yang Ye. Cool.
Facts.
He basically told all gamers to shut the fuck up. That's what he wants to do. Don't complain about nothing.
Yeah, just accept mediocrity and accept what you got because you guys don't know, quote unquote, what goes to these games. I'm like, excuse me? I know what quality is from trash. I know what quality is for trash. You can't tell me to shut up and accept something I know for a fact is trash.
I can't stand when people do that. They tell you you have no right to talk about something that you purchased.
Oh,
it's your money.
I got to give props to Yang Ye how he handled that too. He actually had a debate with him, whereas Dreamcast guy and David Jaffe was a joke. But the Jason Schreier guy, man, and a lot of journalism out there. Look, I get the point where Jason says he doesn't like the attacks on journalists, like and developers and stuff, like personal attacks. I don't like that shit either. People shouldn't go after these developers and warrant death threats on them and shit like that. That stuff is bad.
That's corny.
Yeah, but when you want to voice your complaints to these developers, by all means, you have the right to. You spent $60 on trash. Go complain your ass off and say, please, can you fix this shit?
Facts.
Please, can you not sell me bullshit? This is what we don't want. I mean, I've even added like Phil Spencer and some things before where I've complained on something about Microsoft, and I did it in a very respectable way, but I got shit on for that. Like the Xbox community, you shouldn't add him about that stuff, blah, blah, blah. Why not? Why not? He's all over the social media anyway. Why can't I talk to the guy? He talks to you guys. But of course, he ignores my shit.
Yeah, but you know how it goes. You got to be a wood buffer and
look, I respect Phil Spencer. I like the guy, but the thing is like if I'm complaining about something that's legitimate and I want him to fix it, like taking free-to-play games out of behind a paywall, like taking that paywall off of free-to-play games.
I don't know what that was. like Carlos got fucking
somebody's bot again.
You know what I'm saying? Like the free-to-play games behind a paywall with Xbox. So I added Phil Spencer about that, and people get mad at me for that.
Yeah.
Why? Because
who else are you supposed to go to?
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Honestly, who else are you supposed to go to? But
I think they're jealous though that YouTubers and all that have gotten more vocal, you know, when it comes to gaming channels. Well, I think that is because, you know, they really want to censor and shut up YouTubers. They don't want YouTubers to talk about gaming news. They want everybody to go straight to them for their gaming news and go to us. It's like, dog, nobody's listening to you assholes.
Ryan, they're jealous.
You know, and it's not just jealousy too. It's a great point, but I think more so it's the fact that a lot of us are out there spewing truth, whereas they're paid and bought by these.
They have shackles. They can't say exactly what they mean because they have to please, you know, whoever's lining their pockets.
Yep.
And it's insane.
My $100 console is better than your PC.
You know, and I liken this to the very tweet I put out today concerning the iPhone XR. It's not selling well, okay? It's not selling well. So then I'm noticing after that was put out last week, this week, there's so many tech reviewers on YouTube saying why I switched to the iPhone XR. And I'm like, holy shit, all you bought and paid for motherfuckers.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, because I think
I used to go to you know Unbox Therapy, right?
Yeah.
I used to
I unsub from that guy.
You said what?
I unsub from that guy.
Yeah, unsub. Yeah, you saw the shit too. Then what I'm about to say, but I used to go to his videos for everything. But when I saw the constant flip flopping, and then I saw that his channel only started to get big after he did that bin test shit. Remember that Mets, the bin test?
Yeah,
it was like, dog, are you serious right now? What happened?
Ooh.
It's like he abandoned
Unbox Therapy.
Unbox Therapy.
Oh.
His name's Lou.
Yeah, Lewis.
Yeah, Lewis. He gets all this shit for. He basically gets everything for free. He's a tech guy. He does, consoles. He'll do like cameras, video, all that stuff. He does reviews on.
He's a key
yeah
ground for the YouTube tech space.
Yeah, people
pretty much
don't think that doesn't happen in the gaming media either. People are bought and paid for the same way. You give us a good review, and we'll line your pockets. That shit happens. That's why YouTubers are a threat to all these journalists, because we're out there telling people, hey, this is the facts, this is the truth. Don't listen to them.
Yeah.
They don't
truly
they're losing money.
They rely on clicks. They have to make up clickbaity titles to get these clicks. And a YouTuber like, I don't know, Spawnwave, Dreamcast guy, puts out a random video and they get 40,000 views that day. Like, these guys are jealous, and they're a dying media. They're dying, and they're doing anything they can to stay relevant.
Yeah, it's their own fault, because they don't give you the right information. They really don't. They go by who's going to pay them the most, and that's what, in my opinion, that's how they do it. Who's going to pay the most to promote their shit.
It just makes you wonder how long, like, all these YouTubers that you might follow will be like true to you until they finally start getting that big check and that sponsorship.
Well, it's not what happens.
You look at guys like, again, I'll mention him, Yang Ye. He got his big start from talking about microtransactions, talking against them, and he's still doing that, and he's getting bigger and bigger. And these journalists are like,
they don't like him.
They hate that shit.
You see that slander? What's the name put in his article about him? Fucking Jason Richer. Yeah, he put that. Oh my god, he called him provocative. Like, come on.
He called him provocative.
Yeah.
Intervene just a little bit for a slight second, if I may. And shout out to Yang Ye for actually standing up for everybody and talking the issues that are wrong within the console gaming space and PC gaming space as well. And to Jason Schreier, whatever the hell he thinks he is, just do this. Do me a favor. Go back to college. Go back to re-editing your vocal skills, your editing skills. Just redo yourself all over again, because the type of corporate shilling that you're doing for these set companies is not even negating the issues within the problems. You're just adding fuel to the fire. So, Jason Schreier, you get the donkey of the year just for even trying to come up with.
What was you about to say, Vera? I know you wanted to say something.
Yeah, I really want to say something about I think Yao Yan did start. I think I said his name right. Yeah, I do remember him start as Death Stranding. I watched him for the Death Stranding theories. He will go almost like 2 hours on that stuff. He was going detailed. That's how I remember him. He was very, very he was around like 900,000, but that was really good. He was like around that area.
Yeah, but before that, he was talking a lot about microtransaction, and that was really catapulting him. I was watching his numbers, and I was like, damn.
Yeah,
he was doing great. Yeah, absolutely. He really got it. And he even called out the shit with Fallout. I think it's supposed to not Fallout, but Rainbow Six. The shit with Rainbow Six. Yeah, because they actually censored Rainbow Six. If y'all didn't know, they removed shit in Rainbow Six, like slot machines. There was certain things with women. They were censoring all that shit, and basically everybody was calling it out. Like, why are you censoring the game for, these little plebs who are not gonna buy it to begin with? That shit.
What about women?
Yeah, they had like those little neon lights that show like a woman. It was like they like removed that and changed it with like a hand of a woman and shit like that. They did stuff like that. It was like censoring the whole thing.
I mean, the whole effect, the whole effect of you going to Vegas is looking at the neon lights and the gander of the the slot machines, and it's just that's what Las Vegas is all about. Like, you trying to take away the authenticity of that, then you're practically just keeping people away from saying that your game was accurate to what the actual real counterpart in those terms.
Exactly. Yep.
Oh shit.
Somebody mentioned review tech. No, that guy.
Yeah, I
no.
want to get that too.
That's a radio.
He means well. I do believe he means well. It's just certain things he says he flip flops on for sure. I do agree.
No, here's where I kind of differ with what you're saying here. When you say he means well, I think to me the guy means well in the fact that he's trying to make money on YouTube. But I think that his flip flopping, it's a testament to the way he does his videos. Basically, he'll read a story and he'll give an opinion on it right away. He'll just give his little opinion. But 9 times out of 10, his opinion isn't his own opinion. It's the popular opinion. It's
right.
I see what you're talking about.
It's what's trending. And then he'll forget 6 months out about what his opinion was back then, and he'll tell you the opposite opinion 6 months later. I've seen this shit in his videos. He's not somebody I want to follow.
It gets annoying times, like when you feel that you're getting misled by.
I forgot about that too. But you remember the 13-16 killer, that thing too. I mean, it's that's terrible. Yeah, it's horrible. Forgot about that. Yeah. Man. It's crazy. It's crazy how shit is. Like, we really are being censored just for a hobby that we like to do. You know what I'm saying? That just goes to show that our voices mean, we make a difference.
I mean, hey, this is why we do this show every Friday. Real Game and Talk.
Yeah, the voices of many can become the outcry of change. And that's what needs to happen right now within this gaming community. People need to start speaking up, start calling out the negatives, and put some positives into it. If you know that there's these policies that are being thrown into your face, don't just become the normalcy for acceptance. Be the difference to that change, and let these people know, listen, I'm not appreciating what you're trying to do. You're trying to censor my entertainment. You're trying to keep me away from content that I wholeheartedly, with my hard-earned money, go out every single month, every single year to support your brand. So no, with all due respect, give me my content, give me my stuff, and let me enjoy my game. Plain and simple, man.
For those you asking what happened to the 13-16 killer, if I'm not mistaken, his information was doxed, something like that. And he
was doxed, and then he quit YouTube.
Yeah, so he was a great YouTuber. I'll tell you right now, like, even though you might not like, if somebody don't like his content, you might not like how he might go over the top, but he did mean well, and he did well for the community. He did speak about everything. He didn't like misinformation. He was true.
Okay, I don't know who that person is either.
He was a hilarious dude that did a lot of, I guess you can say skits, right? Fonts, more like skits. He did
a lot of
I never heard about the guy.
Like skits. Yeah,
like gaming community. Like, he talked about everybody, whether like so many different gamers, and that's one reason I believe he got back, is because he really got people under people's skin. But he quit YouTube. So
I wish him none but the best, though. I do. I wish him none but the best. I hope he lands on his feet and everything's fine. But that's the last thing anything should happen, especially over games, is you getting doxxed.
Doxing isn't cool, people. Remember that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I mean, if someone doesn't like something that you don't like, you're just gonna just throw all their personal information out there like that. It's crazy.
Yeah, so they did, because he did all his you don't understand, when he did his videos, I mean, he got his point across. He got it across. Like, he literally went out with his videos. Like, he literally put the information out there. He made fun of it too, but he was smart with it. Entertaining wise. But man, he gets under your skin, and that truth hurts, and some people just can't take it.
Nope,
hey man, if you're on the internet, you got to learn to not even read. Humans have a tendency to read 100 positive comments, see one negative one, and focus on that one. You got to throw that out the window.
I used to talk to him behind the scenes back in the day, and I'll tell you, when he did this shit on Review Tech USA, it was funny because the irony of the whole thing was that Review Tech USA shouted him out in a video and got him really popular, and people started subbing to 1316 Killer from Review Tech USA, and then 1316 Killer didn't really know who Review Tech was, and then he started watching Review Tech, and he's like, "This guy's a fraud." So he started talking.
That was like a negative reaction. I remember that.
He was putting out videos all the time, just parroting fucking Review Tech, doing satire videos on him, and Review Tech started getting mad. Like, I shouted you out.
He's like, "Donate to my Patreon." Cha-ching. That shit was funny as hell.
Like how truthful the guy tried to be. You know, he's like, just this guy shouted me out doesn't mean he's not going to get clowned.
That is true. And he did that too, because he took down his channel once before, and this is the second time. I guess this will be the final, but he did it before. He had a first channel, and he took that down, or it was flagged down. I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was. But he had two channels flagged down. Then he finally just quit.
Yeah, because it was 1316 Killer, the first one, which is one that got shot up by Review Tech USA, and then he came back as Killer Comedy Unleashed, and that one is the one he shut down completely after the doxing. But going back to Review Tech USA, this is going. I guess I'll end it with this right here, because this is going back towards Nintendo. Nintendo was ending the creators program, and you notice when they said that he was jumping out of his seat over the whole Nintendo, getting rid of the creators program. Now, if you don't remember what the creators program was, it was for YouTube content creators. Basically, Nintendo does not like you sharing their games. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't do Let's Plays. They immediately flag your video. You can't really do anything. The creators program basically allowed you to do like that. You can play their games, you can do all this stuff, but however, they would take a big cut of your money and all this stuff, from monetization, and that's what they were doing. And he talked about that, and it was just interesting. Now that it's done, but what you got to say about that now that it's officially finished? They're still like not getting rid of the big things. Like, notice how when I do Death Stranding videos, Fonz, like I use like a clip from the actual trailer. You can't upload stuff like that at all. Still, they're still dictating when you're doing those type of things. Free advertising is basically still blocked. Basically,
it's like anytime you use anything from 2K, they flag you right away. Like the minute I post a video that has got anything to do with 2K Entertainment, oh man, right away you're flagged. And I'm like, Jesus, these guys are notorious, but. It's free advertisement. I don't understand why they wouldn't let these YouTubers, what they get a little monetization off of your game, but at the same time they're promoting your game. They're selling your fucking game.
I think it's more than just that, because I do remember people were saying. I do remember someone said something. I think it was original. What was his name? Mudahara, Original Gamers. He pointed out that the biggest issue with a lot of Nintendo games that they're leaking information out before it comes out. And that's the biggest problem right now with Nintendo, is that people are doing that. And they're also, there's piracy going on. So, and when you go on YouTube, and that's a big problem why I don't go on YouTube when it comes to video games that much, because people spoil the whole series. So, and I think that could be one of the reasons why they're closing this whole thing.
You know what I call bullshit on that? Because the thing is at the end of the day, I could sit here and talk to you and tell you and spoil shit without showing you a goddamn thing and make money.
Right.
On that video.
Yeah.
So I think Nintendo, what it is just at the end of the day is that they're just greedy fucks. They want to, they'll monetize your goddamn video for their own gain. That's what they're going to do. They're going to put ads on it for them.
Nintendo's gotten a pass, like in general, from everybody for a very long time, man. They do a lot of anti-consumer shit. They release consoles with where you can't even send a friend a message. It's they've been getting a pass for a very long time.
Can't even voice chat.
they sell games that are $3 still. They don't discount their games. They do a lot of shit, man, that is just not right and not good for the gamer. And they've been getting a pass for it.
Yeah, they get a pass. What was their platform is their games. But I'm like, okay, do you give Microsoft that same leniency, or PlayStation? Of course not.
Man, and another thing, man, we gave them a pass when they started making cardboard at $80, right?
Yeah. Oh my god.
It was out their mind. Like they give Nintendo a pass on everything. They go, well, Nintendo did this, that, and the third for the industry. I don't give a damn what they did 20, 40 years ago. I don't care about that. What they doing
Yeah,
now?
but it's what they doing exactly. It's
What they doing now?
Yeah,
Nothing.
exactly.
But here's the difference between Nintendo, Microsoft, and even Sony at times. They're giving their consumers the games they want. At the end of the day, Switch owners are fucking happy. They love those games. They love their Zeldas and Marios and Metroids and whatever. They love it.
That is so true.
That's why they get the pass. They actually put out great fucking games.
Yeah, they put out great games. They also put out crazy gimmicks that we might talk trash about, but at the end of the day, they sell. It's like I don't believe
they sell forever.
That's the only thing that I can say about Nintendo, that they cater to their fans in so many different ways, that the support from their community is what really has, for these plentiful years, has held it in the forefront of its future. And I mean, sometimes you gotta be a little bit outside of the box, and quite frankly, I think it's time for Nintendo to do a little bit more of the outside the box thinking than to sticking to the traditional.
I disagree. I think they're fine where they're at. You know why?
Yeah,
because
they can still be themselves. They just gotta get with the times. That's why I think they need.
No. I disagree, because here's the thing.
You don't think they need the
Their formula is a winning formula. And we can see that.
No, I mean, I'm talking about in times with like just the basic stuff, like voice messaging, your message, like stuff like that. I'm saying you can stay in your lane. Of course, Nintendo can stay in their lane for sure. But I'm saying you gotta at least get with the time. You gotta upgrade to get with the time.
For sure. I'm talking more along the lines of games, because if you think about it, a gamer is born every day. There's a new kid out there who's playing a fucking Nintendo game. That's where a lot of parents start their kids, is on Nintendo games.
Yep.
Very true.
I started.
So I mean,
I think we all started from Nintendo. We just grew up. They didn't grow up with us.
I started on Atari.
I grew out of Nintendo. The last two big Nintendo games I've ever beat was honestly Mario 64 and Ocarina of Time. Those are the two huge IPs from theirs that I beat. I didn't beat Wind Waker. I didn't beat any of the others that came out later, because it just wasn't really, all that into Nintendo games later on. I mean, I grew up.
Yeah, I mean, you're a lot old, not a lot, but you're a bit older than most of us here.
I just gotta say something about this.
Yeah.
I was in my 20s when GameCube was out. Okay,
but I get you though. You're right. I don't play most of Nintendo's games anymore. But here and there, they drop a gem and I play it, and bro, it makes me feel like I'm 8 again.
Facts.
It plays well, man. Games, because they feel dated to me. They feel old. Like, I'm not talking about like the brand new, Breath of the Wild or anything. I'm talking about like going back and playing those old retro games. I can't do it, like the Marios and stuff. I can't do it no more.
Yeah.
There's too much good shit out there to play, people. It's mostly on Sony, unfortunately.
Well, pissed off too. I was playing Red Dead, and like, it fucked with my skill a little bit in Rocket League. So I'm so addicted to Red Dead, but games, man, quality. We're losing quality games, and we're getting shit games, and now they want us to get penalized because we speak our mind about the garbage. Just like, nah.
I'm going to speak my mind about games. I don't care. I buy it.
Tells me to accept mediocrity. I bought it over $60. I paid money for it. Guess what? I'm going to speak my mind of it. And I think that's the mentality of everybody here. That we all are gamers, and we have a right to speak our mind for sure. No company should be censored.
At the end of the day, we're actual customers, so we're always right when we want something that is demanded from us. If that's not the case, then these companies should go out of business and do not cater to the general public anymore. If you cannot handle a concise criticism from a person that's buying your set items or your set products, then you shouldn't be in the business of providing any services to anybody. Because guess what? You're going to get people to talk about your products. You're going to get people that are not going to be in the same limelight as everybody else that agrees to everything that you do, because that's the beauty of difference. That's the beauty of improvement. With those differences, you create and improve upon your platform.
Yep. You're absolutely right. Yes, that's what you need to do. You need to take what people give you when they have a complaint and improve upon it, not keep doing the same shit over and over again. You can't do that. That's why I gave up on playing certain things, because I'm not buying shit. You haven't improved, so fuck you. Excuse my mouth, but fuck you. It's my money.
Yep, you have that
It's
right.
my money. I'm not buying. What? So you just shit on the shelf somewhere? No.
Nobody can tell me I'm wrong for faulting nobody. No, I speak my mind about whatever the hell comes to my mind, and I'll be damned anybody will censor me.
I do the same thing.
Exactly. Like, nah.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that's the distinction these journalists need to understand, is that at the end of the day, we're not only gamers, but we're fucking consumers first.
Exactly.
Yep.
And because of us, they have an actual career that they actually execute every single day when they wake up in the morning. Is because of us gamers. It's not because of them. It's because of us, our points of views, our opinions, our everything that we provide as feedback for these companies. They actually go and use these ideas that we come up with and translate it into their own opinions. So therefore, people like Jason Schreier, you really need to wake up, stop smelling the coffee too much early in the morning, and just humble yourself down. Humble yourself down and think about what you're stating before you even type it on that freaking damn computer. Like, think about it twice, because
the thing is, Jason knows the problem though. He just, he's accepted it because you're getting paid. You know what I'm saying? He knows what's going on. He just doesn't care.
Yeah, and those kind of people, like, I really don't like them for those said reasons, because you're being fake, and the fake cannot stay with the real. And if you cannot be real enough with yourself, then guess what? You don't belong in that space as everybody else.
Yeah.
You know what? It's funny. Years ago, developers used to listen to people like IGN and GameSpot, but now they don't do that anymore. Some of them will actually listen to people like us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember in the good old days.
Not all of them. Not all of them.
G4 had his own network. We went to the little show for the news and shit like that. X-Play, Adam Sessler, all that.
Yeah.
It's gone. Days is gone, man. We're literally at the mercy of bullshit.
To be honest, when it comes to everything news in general, I get all my stuff from like YouTube.
Yeah, Twitter.
That's what I get.
Because there's so many different people to give you so many different perspectives on YouTube that it opens your eyes sometimes. And you're like,
and you know what's crazy? I used to go to Adam Sessler's other channel, because he had another channel when he left X-Play. He had his little other podcast he used to do with a few others, and that channel got taken down as well. So I mean, like, he hasn't done anything since. But
he's going through some stuff right now, so I was following him.
I was like,
that was the dude right there. That dude was E3 to me. Yeah, that dude was E3.
I think the stuff he talked about was good and everything. But at the end of the day, as a gamer, he was kind of shit. Like, watching him play.
Most of these people, man.
Hey, you're out. You remember the days when he was talking about, remember Lair, when Lair was first coming out?
Oh,
remember that demo? He was talking about Lair. He's like, this game is draggingly awesome. Like, no, it's not.
It's really not, dog.
Stop. It just stop. Lou was trying so hard with that controller. Like, stop, man.
Yeah, I wanted to piggyback on something Carlos said. When we talk about these people, guys like Jason Schreier and all that stuff, and there's like a combative relationship between gamers and the media and the developers and publishers and whatnot. And what I want to say is this: there's a lot of gamers out there who give other gamers like us a very bad name. There's a lot of people out there who go on Twitter or YouTube comments and, similar places, Reddit, and they send out death threats and call people, racial epithets and slurs. And if you're listening to this, don't be that guy. Don't be that girl. Don't be an internet thug. Don't be an internet keyboard warrior. You're better than that, okay? That's why a lot of these people see us gamers as a joke, because they see this nonsense. You go on a game online and suddenly everybody somehow has slept with your mother. Stop. Stop.
But isn't that just the beauty of it? Like, kids calling it
Hey, overdone. What if I told you there was a video I had on like the back burner I was gonna drop, right? But it was about this dude. He's a billionaire. He's basically calling all gamers losers.
Oh my god.
He's like,
Bro,
he said,
these
basically,
guys
it
make
gets
us
worse.
look
It
like
gets worse.
that.
He goes, if you like video games and anime, you're a loser.
Well, basically, at the end of the day, he's kind of right. We are losers.
In a sense,
think
yeah.
about it. What do you think about this argument? What do you
But
think
we
about this
also-
argument? There are people in that category that what I just said that do take this gaming shit a little too serious.
Yeah, they do.
He's kind of got a point. He's kind of got a point. It's a L, and it's like, you got a point.
Yeah, but you know
There's
what?
people out there threatening people's lives over games, trying to kill.
Facts. That's
killing
what I'm
people
saying. He's
over
kind of got a
games.
point.
Well, you talk about me, they talk about them.
Yeah.
Most of us ain't basement dwellers with Cheeto fingers, though. It's just a fact. That's what they have to say. Oh, you live in your mama's basement? No, I don't, bro. I own my own crib. I'm not even 30. Stop it.
Don't lie. You never see that the meds full choke you out.
Yeah, it's crazy, but at the end of the day, we're all gamers are we come from different backgrounds and stuff. But
Facts.
there are some losers out there for sure, and we see them on Twitter daily. But
it's all family though. At the end of the day, I do agree with Mr. Boomsday. We're all family at the end of the day because we all have one thing in common. We're all gamers, so that's true.
I ain't family with those retards. No, I don't care. I ain't family with those retards. No.
We just got it separated. There's just certain cousins and whatnot you stay away from.
I agree with
That's how it is. Everybody's got that weirdo in the family that you stay away from.
There's a lot of dudes out there that are questionable at best, whether or not they're gamers.
Somebody called me, dude. Somebody said you're a Sony pony, and I was like, shit.
Like,
I get called out. Man, I'm a PC guy.
I've been on a Sony pony flight the past couple of weeks now because of that whole shit with Sony. They saying that Sony's scared, and I'm like, you dumb motherfucker! Like, come on, bro.
I follow a lot of different people, some popular YouTubers and stuff, and honestly, they do more talking on games than game. A lot of them.
Absolutely.
That's so true. That is so true. That's the painful.
In this community, there's quite a few.
You look at these guys' gamer profiles, gamer tags and whatnot. They got no achievements, no trophies.
Oh, it's not even.
Or they hide them, but they just hide them in general.
Look, my trophies and achievements are out of there, and my shit's pretty low because I don't go after that stuff. But if you,
you're also on different platforms, though.
You can check your hours played and all that.
But here's the thing: I play. You'll see me playing daily on Xbox or PlayStation. And sometimes I play games that don't give a lot of achievements, and like Destiny 2, I played so many hours of that, things like that. But at the same time, like I'm seeing these guys that go on podcasts all the time, and I'm looking at their names, and anytime they sign online, I see that they're like watching TV or Netflix.
Yep, I see it all the time.
And I never see them play games. And like every once in a while, I'll see them play a game, and it's like, oh, okay, he's finally playing, but.
Yep.
It's rare.
And usually it's the easiest game that they know how to play and the shittiest game they play.
Smooth just had the hell. Smooth took the hardest L of all time though for that easy ass platinum that he did that stream. Oh my god.
Yo, speaking of Smooth, free Kid Smooth.
No.
Yeah. Somewhat.
Yeah, it's just
he was pushing the buttons.
Hey man, free Kid Smooth. That's my guy right there.
He's cool. He just does a lot of funny shit.
He's a fanboy, but he's a good guy.
Hey, he's a good dude. I talked to him. Even when me and him had that little bit. I think you were there, weren't you, man? You was a moderator when I was in the podcast with him. Yeah, so it was funny. He cool though. He's cool dude.
I mean, like he's a fanboy, but he's not the extremist like these other people are. He's funny. He does some funny ass shit.
He's entertaining and he's a nice guy.
Yeah, I would rather watch Kid Smooth's videos than watch a crap video for sure.
Oh, 100%. That's why I gotta tell
Carlos.
Carlos, yo, ease up on Kid Smooth. You heard? Anytime something bad happens to Xbox, I go on Twitter and Carlos is just tagging Kid Smooth talking shit.
I used to talk. I used to talk a lot of shit against like crap games and stuff. But at the end of the day, like the more I look at this whole thing on gaming, it's just silly that we fight so much and we you don't have to like each other, but
right.
Some of the attacks and stuff I think is ridiculous. And you look at somebody like Crap Gamer. Of course, what he's doing, he knows he's doing this shit on purpose. Like he can't possibly believe the shit he's typing out or putting out there on his channel. But at the same time, that motherfucker's making money off that shit. That's just fucking.
Hey, man. Don't
Like,
even say that
that's
guy's
his
name,
hustle.
man.
That's his hustle.
Like, I don't have to like people. I don't have to, like the guy. I don't have to go watch his videos, and none of us do. But if you happen to go to his channel and you look at the comments, 90% of his comments are hate comments. His like ratio is unbelievably bad.
You're giving him the view, though.
That's the thing. He don't care. It's kind of like, I guess you can. It's like a Michael Does Life situation, right, Fon? Like, he don't care.
Bro, that's why low-key Crap Gamer's a genius. He probably knows for a fact that all the shit he says is ridiculous. He does it on purpose.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He don't care.
The thing is you people as gamers need to wise up and start attacking these people, because all you're doing is clicking on their videos, giving them views, you dummy.
Exactly.
I stopped looking at Crap Gamer maybe like about a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I stopped, and I don't really do the Megaton news. Like, I really don't fall for that shit anymore, because
everybody knows me in this community. I made fun of this shit. I did my impersonation. I dropped my videos. I got tired of this shit. I got burnt the hell. Like, this dude is not worth the time. It's like, it's boring as shit. You watch this dude shit.
I'm not really buying it no more. The only thing that gets me pissed off is that we still got certain wood buffers that like to, implement the almighty Xbox, the old Xbox prowess on everybody. And quite frankly, bro, I could care less if the Xbox One XL is better than the PS4 Pro. I really could care less if the PS4 Pro. Just give me freaking content. That's it.
I'm just of the belief that we need to stop fighting less with other gamers and start going after what's truly important. And that's these games and these developers, and saying, look, not attacking these developers, but saying, I'm not going to buy your fucked up game because of this.
Yeah, like point out.
Just fighting with other YouTubers ain't doing shit for you. At the end of the day, it's not. Like, that's not going to help gaming at all.
I think the problem is it's not that they're not hearing when there's criticism, and then there's just people who just troll on them all the time. And when you troll, they're the loudest. When the people who actually have legitimate criticism are being shut off and being treated as a troll, because they assume like, oh, that person's trolling, they're not telling the truth. So they're getting labeled as something for other people's misbehave, antics. So that's
that's another thing, especially on the social media threads, Discord, Twitter, Facebook. You got all these certain individuals that go into these threads and go into these community forums, and they just spew so much asinineness to the situation that they really don't know that some of the other people that are on there reading the threads are actually taking receipts and exposing them for the dumbasses that they really are. Because when you tweet, perfect example. If I throw out a tweet in regards to saying that Xbox sucks, imagine how many people are going to actually reply to it. And the people that I say that are going to reply to it, 9 out of 10 times are hardcore zealots, people that actually breathe the brand. And they get mad because I said something wrong about Xbox, which in reality is the truth, because I have friends, right? I have friends, and I actually ask people here in New York City, whenever I get the chance, hey, what kind of platform you prefer on playing? And they'll tell me, oh, I really don't play much, but I do own a PS4. I'm like, wow, what do you have the Xbox? He's like, nah, not really. It doesn't really have that many games. And I'm like, shit, I thought we were. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, wait, what? How can you know that this is going on? He's like, no, because I really read on the threads, I check out information, I do my homework before I make my purchase. So that tells you right there that people are not so interested into the brand because it doesn't provide them with what Jay Fonzarelli has been saying, what Ryan has been saying, with what Mez has been saying, with what everybody has been saying. It does not provide the entertainment with the backed up content that it needs in order to progress further. So when people hear this type of talk from a person that's being reasonable and logical about the situation, oh, you're just a fanboy. No, I'm just keeping it real and 100 so that you guys can understand that you're arguing over senseless shit that doesn't make no sense to argue about at the end of the day.
Yeah, and games are all subjective anyway. And if we've got a problem with say an exclusive on one console and we voice our opinion, there's no reason to have somebody come in there and say you're wrong because of this. It's like, dude, it's my opinion. How the fuck am I wrong?
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's a lot of this argument stuff on Twitter stems from people just voicing opinions. And it's like, dude, do you not understand that these opinions are their own? It has nothing to do with you. So for you to try to combat that makes you look silly and makes you look just.
Oh, yes, bro.
And I remember dude dropped a video on Twitter. He was like, this is my first ever video on Twitter, but he just voiced his opinion on the whole shit with the exclusives. And dude was like, oh, you're wrong. And I bet you're a pony in the sky. I'm like, just listen to what you're saying. The dude never did this before. It's his first time ever doing this.
No, there's a caveat to that, though. The caveat is if these people are voicing their opinion as facts, like, hey, this game is trash because it's doing this and this when it's not doing this and this, then you have the right to rebuttal them. But at the end of the day, we're not, like, if I give an opinion saying, look, I think Xbox sucks, you shouldn't have anything to say on that. If I honestly think Xbox sucks, I'm not saying I do. I don't think they suck, but they it's that mindset that people have, and they just want to fight and argue over this plastic. And like, dude, you know, it's my opinion.
And in response to that, on Fonz, it's like, we don't try to say that Xbox sucks. We try to say that Xbox is not doing enough for the gamers to actually engage and have open debates, like how we used to have open debates when we were growing up. That it was a common sensible debate. Oh yeah, I like this game because of this, or the design. I like the developer because they implemented this kind of technique. You know, things like that were so feasible to talk about have become so outrightly, like, I don't know, fanboyish. Like, if you really want to be a fanboy, go ahead, be a fanboy, but at least acknowledge what's wrong with the brand. At least acknowledge the fact that this is not being done right, and you're blindly following everybody else's trend. You're following the trend, and you're not adamantly saying, you know what, this is wrong. This is not the way it's supposed to be. I want more from this brand. I want this brand to actually give me something worth talking about. And that's the problem with most of these YouTube content creators. They do not give the real. They only just want to keep on going with the trend. They want to keep on going with the same recycled garbage bullshit analogies that only gets them what they want in the end.
So true. So true.
I guess just because you're criticizing something doesn't mean that you're a hater or something.
Facts. That's true.
Even on both platforms, because there's some stuff on PlayStation that is questionable, but there's more of the good than bad.
Yep.
All right, guys, just to let you know, I just had to tell somebody in chat. They were talking about why, especially this show in particular, why are we always bashing Xbox? Nobody bashed Xbox on the show. We were asking for more from Xbox and hoping that they do better.
No show. We talked about asking more. They told us they're building towards the future, right? They buying studios, actually, think, okay, cool, but we need concrete proof. We need all this shit that you're actually doing anything. You know what I'm saying? You telling me something is the same thing that you've been saying since day one, back when Scalebound got canceled. You're just telling me shit. You're not showing anything.
We don't need an inside Xbox code to let us know that you're working on the same rehashed game. We don't need E319 to bring out the best in you. We just need you to be the company in the forefront to say, yo, listen, we're the Xbox brand. We're here to provide you the best goddamn entertainment. We're here to provide you with the best.
Mr. Bring Harmony, what time did you jump into this podcast, into the chat? What time did you jump in?
Mean,
you just jump now.
Hey, Bring Harmony. Hey, Bring Harmony. How do you hum? That's just a big question.
Man, listen, first of all, it ain't slander if it's true. Secondly,
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Okay. And secondly, listen, you think Microsoft would be buying these studios and making games if it wasn't for people complaining? Come on, get real.
Exactly.
you know, when I said Xbox sucks, I was using that as an example. If you came in when I was saying that, but I even followed it up by saying I don't think that. Matter of fact, I'll go out and tell you, which I've said on podcasts before, I love the Xbox One X.
Yeah, you do.
It's a fantastic console. I love it. It
The
plays
main one, you can take my
multi-plat.
word for it.
I get the best of the multi-plats there, so I'm loving it there. But I just want more exclusives for Xbox. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
They need to sell me on their next Xbox. They haven't sold me yet.
Add exclusives and bring a new, fresh breath of air to the console, to bring new ideas.
Yeah.
Think outside the traditional bro shoot 'em up analogy. Just bring something that's gonna be like, yo, do you see this exclusive for the Xbox, man? It looks crazy. Because when I first saw the first OG Xbox, and this was back in 2002, man. I'm going way back. I'm going 16 years back. When I first saw the games that they were giving, I was like, God damn, these games look fucking beautiful. These games are actually more better, if not comparable to the competitors. And that's what drew me to the brand. It wasn't because, oh, I'm gonna bash the brand because it sucks. No. Each and every single company, including Sony, including Nintendo, including Atari, including Sega, including every console maker in history, has had their fair share of bad games and crappy ass games that you really don't want to play.
Mm-hmm.
But when they deliver on the exclusives that actually want you to buy them and play them on their set console, it makes it that much more better for you to say, you know what, I'm happy that I made my purchase. I haven't purchased the Xbox One X because I don't even need to buy anything right now if I can play it on my PC. Now, once they start bringing the heat, I'm talking about like games that are going to say, you know what, we're back on the map and we're doing what we need to do in order to compel you to support our brand. That's when I'll start buying the high-powered system. That's when I'll start saying, you know what, you did your thing, Xbox, and I commend you for that. And until that happens, it's PC all day for me.
I got one thing to ask you. So this generation is about to end, and Sony is about to end it. Actually, both consoles are actually about to end it on a bit of a high note. Okay, but if you got Xbox, they're going to release Gears 5. All right.
Yeah.
So that's a decent, IP, and it's a decent game. So they're going to end it on there. But given we know that, and any other thing that they can possibly release before the end of this generation, do you think anything will be as big as Last of Us 2?
No.
Oh, man.
Xbox, no.
And that's not me being biased or anything, but no. They got nothing.
And I'm not saying it's a personal thing between, each and every one of us, our personal opinion on the game itself, because you may not like Last of Us, and that's cool. But I'm saying to the masses, to the gamers out there, to everybody out there, I don't think anything will do as well on the Xbox as Last of Us 2.
Yep. And we also got Ghost of Tsushima, and that's new, but it's got such a ridiculous reaction. You know what I'm saying? They got something new. So
Days Gone, bro. Like I'm really
Days Gone, it looks great. I'm looking forward to it, but I think that's more of those games that might be something they'll build upon in a later sequel.
It's the black sheep of the Sony.
I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal, but it looks great. I am looking forward to it because, you clearly see they cut a few corners with that, especially in the last demo they showed where they was in the snow.
Yeah.
The
Last of Us 2 is kind of, man, it's like a double-edged sword for me because it's going to drop at the end of this generation, but damn well it's going to be cross-compatible with the PS5 and it's going to look even better.
Yep.
And that's going to piss me off because, I want to play the best representation of these games. And if The Last of Us 2 is right around the corner a year later, say on the PS5, am I going to wait? But I don't want to wait. You know what I'm saying? It's, oh man, it's like first world problems, right? First world problems.
Yeah.
It's like choosing the best two cheesecakes in the world. Either you go to Junior's or you go to the Cheesecake Factory.
Yep.
And it's so hard to choose because both of them make good piece of pastries, and it's like, which one? But then sometimes you got to double dip, man, and that's what happens. You got to double dip just to enjoy both.
Yep.
Oh, Mads, you're really looking forward to Days Gone? I see nothing about that game.
It looks great. It looks great. It's just, I think it's one of those sleeper hits. It might be.
I have a soft spot for Bend because they made Siphon Filter, which is one of my favorite franchises.
Yeah.
Oh, you gonna like the fact that they trademarked Siphon Filter? They got that.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, they got that back.
It's one of the first games I played on PlayStation 1.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay.
For me, when I look at Days Gone, it kind of reminds me of Dead Rising a bit with a story, and I hate Dead Rising. I hate those type of games. So I'm not looking forward to this because the story itself kind of it feels soulless to me. Like there's nothing about it so far that I've seen.
Yeah, we haven't really seen no big reveal aside from him riding along. We saw a girl, and also, another scene.
What curbs my enthusiasm on this game as well is the fact that they not only haven't shown me anything that speaks to me yet, but they keep delaying it. And that doesn't speak volumes, as far as it being a good game.
I mean, who knows? So it might be The Last of Us for you in a weird way, Because you think about it, got The Last of Us feeling.
It's like the most unoriginal thing of all time. It's like, oh, this is Walking Dead plus what's that show? Sons of Anarchy. Awesome.
There you go.
You're too late. Like,
you know what's funny though? That already has a better premise than this season of The Walking Dead. If you think about it, already.
I'm only looking forward to it because it's Bend. If this was like, I don't know, freaking whatever, any other studio, I wouldn't care. But I like Bend.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. And if it speaks to you, I can't say it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? That's your opinion.
Yeah, if it's done right, hey, it should be fun. That's how it is.
Hey, bring harmony. Yes, just like the same way you're typing. Well, your typing is falling on dead fingers because it doesn't matter if the multi-billion-dollar companies don't listen to us. There's always one certain individual that will listen to what we're saying, and it will actually translate into actual input for them to actually improve upon what's being done. So therefore,
no. I appreciate your comment, Bring Harmony, and I'm not taking what you're saying seriously. I get it. You're saying that what we're saying, you're saying on this podcast and many others will fall on deaf ears. That's true. It probably will fall on deaf ears, but I mean, you already got journalists seeing this shit, right? They're trying to censor gamers. They're trying to tell us to shut up and accept mediocrity. Obviously, we're doing something. The voices are going to a certain extent, and they're getting out there, Mr. Harmon.
Yeah. It's not just that. It's what we say here does go off to, there's 112 people watching right now. Okay. Some say that isn't phenomenal numbers or whatever, but that's 112 goddamn people that could spit it to another 112 goddamn people.
Exactly.
And the thing is like, if you really truly believe that these companies aren't listening to us, just look to Battlefront 2. Just look to that. The gamers brought that shit down.
Yep. And if you think gamers have no power, look at Battlefield 5. First of all, I know we mentioned Battlefield 5 earlier. Yeah. Nobody cares. Nobody is talking about Battlefield 5. Nobody gives a fuck. And you know what happened a few months back? About maybe 4 or 5. Wow. The dude said, if you don't like it, don't buy it. Guess what, motherfucker? We ain't like it. We ain't bought it.
Facts.
So where you at now, bro? I don't see it trending on Twitter. It came out. It made no noise. Nobody cares. Gamers did that.
Gamers have a voice. Collectively, we have a big voice. And that's what these journalists are scared of. And that's why they're telling us to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And that's my thing. Like, with my videos, especially when I go off and I critique Microsoft, I always try to promote and get you out here, tell you, listen, you make a difference when you tell them you don't want this by speaking with your wallet.
If these people have to tell you to shut up, if they have to tell you to shut up, that means they're listening.
Yeah, precisely. Like come on, and you good, Brink Garmin. It's all good. You ain't got to thank me for anything, but think about it, Brink Garmin. How many people have you seen like me, right? That might drop a video about Microsoft and tell you that they need to do this, that, and the third, and you'll see like 40 accounts come out of nowhere, right? Saying the opposite, saying your opponent's that, and the third. Yeah, they don't listen to the message that I'm saying. Nope. I'm saying speak up and demand better, and you will get better.
I personally criticized Sony this generation. I've criticized Microsoft. I've criticized Nintendo. I criticize all of them.
Everybody this gen, Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo. I mean, they all got it for you.
And you know what? The PS3, in my opinion, kind of sucked.
It did.
You know what? The PS4 is awesome, and they're doing great. The 360 was awesome, and look at Xbox One now.
Yeah.
PS3, it didn't get a pass. People shat on PS3.
They
Look
destroyed
how
it. Y'all
awesome
remember the gifts with the damn system holding a gun to his head? I mean, that system got slaughtered its first year.
this criticism Xbox is getting will benefit them, and they will be better next gen.
If PS3 did not have that Blu-ray drive, it would have been slaughtered.
Facts.
Slaughtered. Because I know myself, I bought that for the Blu-ray player. Back in the day, those games weren't fucking great. Fucking most of the multiplats were playing like dog shit on the PlayStation 3.
Remember Mobile Suit Gundam Crossfire, where Adam Sensor was talking about it? And I played
the 360. I played the 360 exclusively because it was a better console. And the PS3 was basically my Blu-ray player because at the time it was the cheapest, best Blu-ray player on the market.
Yep.
So they that saved their asses, in my opinion.
But one thing I did like about the PS3, I felt like it was more personal. Like I could put like things in there that I can't really do on my PS4. So I could, add music to it, the ones I like, and do everything else to it. So that's
That is true.
I could make it more personal to my taste.
Yeah. And they slowly started moving features from that damn thing to bring the price down. You remember when the first unit that dropped, it had so many memory card supports?
Dude, it had memory cards that only go in cameras in that thing. Like, I had to read it for that.
It had everything on the PS shit. I'm like, what's going on with this shit? Like, backwards compatibility with both consoles?
Hey, here's how bad it was for me. I loved the 360 so much, but after the 5th Red Ring of Death, I
don't blame you.
And it was at the end of the generation already. A year later, the PlayStation 4 came out after I got rid of the 360. But the PS3, I didn't even really play it that much. So I bought The Last of Us, and I didn't even play it on the PS3. I just bought it, and it just sat there. And then my daughter played it, and she's like, "You really need to play this game. It's fantastic." But a few months later, the PS4 came out, and then we had a remaster of it. And I said, I'm going to wait for that remaster. And I played it then. That's how bad I disliked the PS3 last generation.
Yeah. And we don't want to talk about that garbage controller. That controller was trash. I'm sorry.
The DualShock 3?
Yes.
Terrible garbage. And I got the 3 in 2006 when it had the 6-axis controller.
Yeah.
Garbage. It felt like a fake. It didn't even feel real. It was so light.
Yeah, and it didn't even have rumble when it first
didn't have rumble. It was the battery life was good, but eventually I couldn't charge it anymore, and it would only work wired. The PS3 had a lot of problems.
I forgot what it was.
Remember when Hideo Kojima had to go back and patch Guns of the Patriots for that fucking controller because it didn't support the fucking rumble at first. Throw the rumble support.
You would have to install games all the time.
It was stupid.
Chat, like party chat. You could put music on it, but you couldn't play your music and play a game at the same time.
You guys bought it at the first part of its cycle, right?
No, it got better. It got better.
It got better over time.
Yeah, later on.
I actually waited.
But it took a while for that to happen, though.
Yeah, at first it was terrible.
One thing I hated about the PS3, because I play a lot in fighting games, was that controller. The D-pad was horrible. It was so soft and so awkward that I hated that. And you know how I like to play my fighting games, and that really pissed me off.
You know what's funny too? Even though people didn't like his rage videos, but everybody knows El Presador, right? Yeah. El Presador exposed that fucking controller when he was doing the rage videos on Call of Duty because he fucking kept breaking them so fucking easy. It was funny as shit. But they started to fix that controller year in though. But it was just like this shit should have been done from the start. I will give them a pass though for one game though at the start of their gen, which was Resistance. Resistance was amazing. I loved that game when it first came out.
My first purchase was actually the 360. I bought it off of my brother. He actually went to he used to work at Best Buy, and he gave me the Connect. So I bought the 360 actually for like about $200 off of him, fresh out the box. I bought the I believe it was the 20 gig model. Bought that one, and then I lasted with that for like about 2 or 3 years till I bought the 40 gigabyte model of the PS3, which was the cheaper one. Didn't have backwards compatibility because I really didn't care because I still had my original PS2. And the first game that I actually bought for the PS4 was actually Gran Turismo 5 Prologue. That was my first game that I actually bought. Then the second game, which I went like probably a week after that, I bought Metal Gear. and it just blew my mind when I played that game. I literally like binged on Metal Gear for that whole month.
You know, I still have the 60 gigabyte plays, you know, the one that plays PlayStation 2 also.
Nice.
I still have that one and it
Wow.
still works. And I've never done anything to it. It still works.
You know which one that's rare as fuck and people still want to get their hands on, even though it's been so long? That Metal Gear Solid edition.
Yes,
Gunmetal one.
yes, the
They
gunmetal
built
gray.
that shit, yeah, that gunmetal gray. Oh my god.
Oh,
What
by
a
the way,
beautiful system.
That shit was so dope when it first got. But how much did they want for it? It was like 80 gigs, and how much they wanted for that system when it came out?
I don't even remember.
It was ridiculous. I think it was like 640, right, or something like that.
You remember that shit had the Spider-Man font on it?
Like what the fuck?
What the fuck?
When I bought mine, it came with Spider-Man 3,
Yeah.
the movie. Stupid.
Oh shit. That's what they did though.
But hey, man, Sony took the PS3 backlash, and you know what? PS4 was a great success. Hopefully,
Yeah.
Microsoft does the same here.
yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
still remember that too. Ryan, he said y'all remember the Motor Storm bundle?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that was
yeah,
a good
Got
game
that
too.
one. Yeah,
Motor
he got
Storm
that
was good.
Motor Storm one. I remember that.
Meds, that you're exactly right. That's what I always say. You know, at the start of the generation, you got a clean slate. All it takes is one big IP that appeals to the masses to really get
Facts.
you back in the game.
That's
And
true.
if Microsoft can do that next generation, then they're setting themselves up for a good time.
Yeah.
And a lot of people overlook that.
When it was Uncharted, believe it or not, Kojima was the one who kind of pretty much helped save the PS3 a little bit
Yep.
with Guns of the Patriots. Because remember, that was the game that prolonged people go, you know what? Okay, we'll wait. And then lo and behold, we got Uncharted and all the other
Yeah,
ones.
2008 was the beginning of the turnaround for them.
Facts.
Yep. And did anybody play Heavenly Sword here in the panel?
Oh yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
that was
I
good.
did.
That was
That
good.
was decent. It wasn't great, but decent.
Yeah.
No, I liked it. It was their version of like God of War.
Yep.
Mhm.
What did you guys think of Ratchet and Clank Tools of Destruction?
Loved it.
That was a great
I actually like that, but one thing I hated about it was the fact that remember when that game came out, Nancy, they didn't have trophy support.
No, they didn't.
No trophy support at all. That had to be patched in later on, and the game still didn't get support for it. But yeah, I thought it was good though.
I got that one and Crack of Time.
See, I
Those
wish
on-
I
All
wanted
the
to
Ratchet
like
and Clank games are good.
I
More basically.
Yeah, I wish Ninja Theory would do a new Heavenly Sword in the same vein as the new God of War.
You know what I want? I want an Ape Escape remaster or remake.
Oh my god. Okay.
Oh gosh.
Give me that. That was my childhood right there. I used to play that with my cousin all
Yeah,
the
I
time.
want a
I'm too old
sequel
for that
to
at that
Wet.
time.
I want a sequel to Wet. Nobody ever talks about Wet.
What?
Man,
Okay. First of all, pause.
That game was terrible.
And
Nah,
and secondly, nobody talks about Wet because Wet was terrible.
Nah, Wet
No,
was
okay.
I wasn't
Potential. Yeah, potential.
Now, Wet got a 70% on Metacritic.
Yeah, potential. It just wasn't. It wasn't like they didn't think certain things through with that
The
game.
best
but
part
it was,
about Wet was the cover art, man.
Damn, I don't remember that game at all.
Not really.
I still,
Idle. The title was awkward.
you gonna say the cover art?
Hey, man, shit.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Yeah, it's the chick from that movie. Yeah, you ever see that show Angel?
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
practically
It's that chick. It's the chick. Who I forgot. It's the chick who Buffy was always after.
It was a sexy girl on the cover, man. That's all I
Yeah.
know.
I can't remember. The name's Jessica something.
Yeah.
it's practically Kill Bill but video game version. That's what I got from
Nah,
the
they should just make a full on Kill Bill. Let's do that. That's all I got.
The title was the butt end of the joke, so that's why
I didn't like that Vanquish game, and people were playing Vanquish. I didn't even get into that.
Oh, I played that on PC recently. It's good.
I couldn't get into it on PS3. I don't know what it was. I don't know. Maybe it was the sliding or whatever. I don't know. That's what's
You
going
can
on.
beat that game in 4 hours, man. It's a
forgot
good time.
I just couldn't get into it. I didn't like the guns. I wasn't feeling the futuristic shit. I just
People,
You guys talked about Wet. Do you remember? Or do you play the game called? What's it called? John Woo. Stranglehold.
Stranglehold?
Yeah,
Stranglehold.
I remember that.
Yeah, I played
That game was actually good, yeah.
Yeah.
Bro,
all these people, when you talk about bringing back old IPs and stuff, now that's why I laugh when they bring up like Battletoads or Banjo-Kazooie, because there's so many IPs out there that they can bring back that would actually do legit numbers. Like Legacy of Kain, that's serious.
Where did that go?
Oh my God!
That's a big fact. That's a big
people
fact.
talking about Crash Bandicoot getting that remastered, but as soon as that shit happened, I mean, look at how
There
well
be
it
a
did.
remake
It's
of Soul
viral.
Reaver.
Yeah, I mean, it had those games had good lore. They were well acted. They were well done. It just the games were fun. And
You know who wrote that?
Yeah.
They were going to bring
Amy
that
Hennig
back.
wrote that.
Yeah.
They were going to bring it back, Crystal Dynamics, but they canceled the whole project. And there's a demo on, it's on YouTube, the original.
Mm-hmm.
It looks terrible. I'll admit.
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is like there's so many great games back in the PS1, Nintendo library that can actually be implemented, even from the Sega library, that can be implemented into the new gen. And believe me, and when I hear Fonz talk about it, it's like, yo, you're right, man. These games could actually benefit from the creators and actually rekindle that lost time, that that emphasis of being drawn away into this imaginary world where you're like, yo, I could kick some ass, man.
Even fighters were the shit back then. I remember Capcom versus SNK 2. Oh my god.
Oh, not even Super Street Fighter on the SNES and Sega Genesis.
It's not like that. If they do some of these good old classics that people have not played, that are new to gaming, give them the experience that some of us had.
Backs.
Dante's Inferno. That was a good game.
See, this is why
I want to Outrun. Damn it, where's Outrun?
This is why everybody needs to embrace AA games a little bit more, because all these games we're mentioning are not super huge, big budget games. They're AA games that maybe sold 500,000 copies. They're good games, man.
Oh yeah.
Virtua Fighter was good too. Virtua Fighter 5. Remember that came out with PS3? I actually bought that. That was actually not bad.
That shit had no online on PS3.
Yeah, remember how they tried to disguise it though with the veil, like it made it seem like you're going against with the created characters. Like, come on.
Oh,
They tried so hard.
they're bringing back. I heard that they just they're going to bring back Parasite Eve. So
Yes,
that game I've been waiting for a long time. Besides the Vita one they bought out and that was garbage, but this one I'm hoping that they go to the original story and not some other hack and slash clothes rip off type of game like they did. It was horrible.
Yeah, just to point out one more title by Samuel Ashmead. Anybody in here played The Mark of Cree?
I heard about it, but never played it.
They re-released that like 2 years ago.
It was actually a good game.
Not been remastered. At least do a remaster for Max Payne 1 or 2.
That
I would take that for sure.
Dino Crisis.
Oh, yeah, I'll definitely take
Dino Crisis would literally make me quit YouTube for a little bit.
See, that'll never happen because Rockstar owns Max Payne now, and they don't give a fuck about that.
They don't care.
Yeah,
They make one game a gen now, bro.
so many lost IPs.
Yeah, it's sad.
Even if they would just
Capcom sitting on Dino Crisis, and here they go struggling with ideas. I'm like, hello, you got Dino Crisis.
If they would remaster Mass Effect 2, I'd die. Like I would buy that game and play that over. Mass Effect 2 was amazing. Like
it was.
Mass Effect is the biggest game that wasn't like remastered this gen.
And I'm so surprised that BioWare hasn't done that, because that would be a huge cash grab for them.
That would print money.
Yeah. Resident Evil 4 wasn't even remastered. Remember how they trolled everybody? I think it was from the PS3. They remastered Resident Evil 5 or something. What did they do? No, it was for PS4. Resident Evil 5 came to the PS4 and Resident Evil 6. But Resident Evil 4 came, it was just a regular port.
Look, I could have said, like a lot of people in the chat, the trilogy, Mass Effect trilogy, and I agree with you. But I got to be honest, I would not play through Mass Effect 1 again. Like playing through that game once was not enough. Like there was too much involved. It was like a lot of tedious work where you were mining on the planets and stuff. It took a long time.
I played it on PC recently.
I know what game I'm playing after this podcast. I'm literally going to fire it up like in a few minutes after this show is over and after I'm done eating. I'm going to fire it up. But one game y'all not talking about, Dead Space.
Oh, I played the shit out of Dead Space.
Where's Dead Space? Y'all saying, where's that thing? Where's that?
My man.
I'm firing that up. I'm firing that shit up after this podcast.
I got it on the PS3.
I'm going to stream it.
Xbox 360. I got the Dead Space for the PS3. I got Dead Space 2 for the 360, and I re-downloaded via EA Origins the whole entire collection on my PC. And yes, I have the almost complete collection of Ridge Racers. Like I play all my Ridge Racers from Ridge Racer 1. The only one that I have to collect is Ridge Racer Revolution, but I have R-Type 4, Ridge Racer 5, Ridge Racer 6 for the 360 and 7. I wish. I mean, there's a lot of games that they could actually bring back again and just.
That's something we don't have a lot of anymore. Is these space games? You know, like Dead Space, Mass Effect. Like, I want more of that shit. Like, bring some of that back.
Those are good games, but they don't have, we don't get them no more. That's what I'm saying. They need to bring back some of these older games or games like them. They don't have to bring back the same ones, but games like them.
Like I love these ultra realistic, down to earth, real good story games and stuff. But at the same time, I like my games futuristic and out of this world as well. Like,
I mean, at least you got half the story though with this gen with Red Dead. I mean, something to be good with.
Yeah, but that's still like real, you know. It's like that you can actually be a cowboy and stuff like that. Like, I want to see some crazy shit. Like, you know, I want to be in space fighting aliens and stuff and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Like in Dead Space, like just the whole tone of the game was so amazing. Like, that game was phenomenal. 1 and 2 anyway. 3.
It was like one of the hardest platinums I ever went for because that hard to core mode where you only get saved 3 times, but there's so much crazy in the world. Oh my god, dope! But I loved it though.
Hey, I have to go.
Yeah. Might as well close this up. We done dragged this one out. Let's go ahead and get these outros out here. Hey, shout out to everybody that's here. I had a blast with everybody here on the panel. Shout out to Fonz for stopping by. It's been a minute, but glad you joined us. Everybody else here, Overdone. Good to finally have you on here for a change.
Yeah,
hit that like button if you guys enjoyed this. Sorry, if you guys enjoyed the show, hit that like button. I do appreciate it. Let's go ahead and get these outros out and let's go and close it. I'm gonna start with the ladies. Go ahead, Vera.
Oh, this is Buretron. Just came in just to hang out a little bit, but I just realized I went over. So, yeah. Oh, by the way, I am doing you don't mind me if I host the podcast later on.
Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I have a podcast coming out on Sunday with Titanfall Princess. If you guys want to join, it'll be there at 1 p.m. Pacific and 4 o'clock Eastern. So if you guys really want to join, just let me know.
Yeah, word of advice though, if Garuda's there, you might want to run. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Garuda.
Wait. Are you talking about Cage of Love?
Yeah. He showed up on their podcast shirtless.
He was. I was like, what?
God.
He was shirtless on her podcast. I'm like, Garuda, what you doing, fam?
Oh
well, he was trying to pull an Usher. You got it. You got it.
She opened up the chat and didn't want to come near me. Type of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Lord. Go ahead. Nancy.
Everybody, thank you for inviting me once again. And I enjoyed myself. And actually, I didn't realize it was going on as long. Yeah, a long time, almost 3 hours. Yeah, everybody, hit that like button if you enjoyed the show. You can come see me, like Vera said, on Sunday on her podcast. We're going to be talking about some fighting games. Okay, and yeah, check me out on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. You know where to find me, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.
Absolutely. First timer, Overdone. Go ahead, my brother.
I don't know. Do we even have an outro? Oh, I guess hit the like button and stay away from pineapple pizza.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Stay away from
I hope you enjoyed
buy a pepperoni pizza. That's the go.
There you go. I agree with that.
All right.
Go ahead, Mitch.
Hey, happy Friday, everybody. Have a great weekend. Another awesome episode of the RGT show. 3 hours this time, basically. God damn.
We lost track. We just talking. That's what happens when everybody just come together and just talk.
That means it was a good show. It didn't feel this long.
It didn't.
It sure went fast.
And anyway, you guys should follow me on Twitter at Real Medications and also on twitch.tv/Real Medications. Tomorrow, I am going to be streaming some Sunset Overdrive for you on PC. So come through and hang out. And thanks for showing up and watching, and hit that like button, people.
For sure. Definitely. I'm definitely going to be streaming Dead Space after this. So this is going to be interesting. Fonz, go ahead, my bro.
Yeah. You can find me at jfonzarelli on Twitter and here on YouTube. And yeah, thank you for listening to all my ranting on microtransactions and Fallout 76. I enjoyed myself tonight. Thank you guys. And Overdone is right. Don't eat pineapple pizza. It's not real pizza.
Oh my god.
And also pizza with a white sauce is not pizza, people. Not working for you.
Oh, hey, can I plug one more thing real quick?
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Also, me and Jay Fonz and several others will soon be collaborating on a show about combat, MMA, boxing, all that stuff. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Follow Fonz on Twitter for that.
All right, sounds good. You guys watching the Tyson Fury fight?
Of course, I'm watching fights literally right now. The UFC's on.
Okay, who do you think is gonna win, Tyson Fury or?
I'm taking Wilder by 8th round KO.
Okay. Okay. Damn, he going over Wilder. Okay. All right.
No, the rant was really epic. The rant was epic, Fonz.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Carlos.
Oh my God. Hey, nah, what's going on, man? As always, man, a blessing to be on here tonight, even though I had some technical difficulties with my with my phone. But as always, man, I always enjoy having a good conversation with you and everybody else in the chat, and just practically having a grand old time, just talking about gaming, putting our points and concerns across this gaming platform, which is needed. And to interject with Fonz and Overdone, Hawaiian pizza tastes the best.
Damn right.
Chicago,
wrong on that.
Chicago deep style, one of the best tasting pizzas.
It is good.
And whatever goddamn condiments you want on that.
That's the problem.
You know what? Chicago pizza is fantastic, but once you put that pineapple on it, get it the fuck out of my face.
But hey, man, as always, we're all gamers by choice, not by trend. I mean, RGT episode 38 in the books, and hey, check us out on each of our respective Twitter handles. Mine's is at Just Me and My Girls 4. My PSN is Type Art 87, and check out my channel as well. It's not great, it's not good, but it's a little bit in between both. And hey, y'all have a blessed day.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you guys again for stopping by. Great time. Hope you guys enjoyed. Y'all be blessed. Y'all be easy, and remember, stay away from that pineapple pizza. Bye bye.
Pineapple pizza lip.